here, but Skylar Thompson will get a start here tonight. It will be number 40 of his Kansas State career, and he's a very healthy guy right now.
With that kick, LSU hit a line drive. It went 7 yards deep in the end zone, but if K-State needs to think about it, he didn't keep the ball up in the air very long. I would go ahead and back up the next time, catch it, and head on out. Hopefully there won't be a next time. Hopefully LSU will not score.
Absolutely right. K-State will line up this way to start the ball game. They've got a wide receiver to the right and a short bunch trip set to the left. Here's the handoff to Deuce Vaughn, and he's got a crease, and he'll take it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him with a knee down right there. So a gain of almost 5 on the first down play for the consensus All-American for Kansas State, and Matthew Langlois makes the stop.
K-State had an unusual grouping in the ball game. They had Ben Stinnett in there as a starter.
Ben is a very, very talented young man from Waterloo, Iowa. Cats between the hash marks. Second down and just a hair over 5 yards to go. Moving from right to left. Thompson may be changing the play. A wide receiver to the left, Sennett. Tight end on the left and 2 receivers to the right. Sky looks right, fires right. It's caught, and it's Phillip Brooks for a first down at the 36-yard line. K-State with a first down on the play, and LSU's tackler is John Emery Jr.
That's the key right there, is can K-State hold up when they're seeing the blitz come and give Skylar Thompson time to throw the football. If he has the time, he will throw an accurate pass. He does for a first down.
So the Wildcats get a first down here and on the move, and see if they can keep it going here. 11 yards in 2 plays, set to go from the 36-yard line. Sennett in motion across the formation to the right. There's the snap, and the handoff is to Deuce Vaughn, and he has nowhere to go, and it'll be a loss back to the 31-yard line. Big pressure coming there from the defense of LSU, and it's Pig Cage. Can't make up a name like that. Pig Cage is the nickelback and the starter for LSU in that secondary.
K-State tried to make it look like they're going to run to the right, but then they wanted to pivot and get back to the left, and it did not work at all. Deuce Vaughn was stuck in the backfield, and LSU players were everywhere tackling him for a 5-yard loss.
Kansas State looking at second down. Here's the throw to the near side. It's caught by Landry Weber at the 36, and he is thrown down right there, but he gets the yardage back on the lost run from just a moment ago, and a couple of tacklers here for LSU. And the first is Todd Harris, good football player, and also right there is Goodwin.
Quick hitch on the outside, 2 receivers there. K-State got a little bit of the yardage back, but it's 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 from the 36. No score, just underway. 12:35 to go in the opening period. 2 receivers make it now 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Skylar Thompson with an empty backfield. Changing the play. The snap clock is at 3 and now at 2. On 3rd and long, there's the snap. The senior quarterback, Thompson, under some pressure. Backs away from it, fires to the far side. It's caught at midfield by K-State, and taking it all the way to the 40-yard line for a first down is Landry Weber. What a play by the Wildcats. Skylar Thompson stepping away from pressure to his right and shoots it downfield to Landry Weber. And Landry is, at the moment, a little bit slow in getting up, and let's hope he's okay.
Skylar Thompson did a great job in the backfield, getting away from one defender, delivering the ball late to Landry, who caught it on a run, went upfield, and got hit really hard, and he's hurt. He didn't know he's hurt until he tried to get up, and he was unable to get up, so he got cut down at the knee level.
Here's an Oldie Seed sideline update with Matt.
Yeah, and that's where, again, the injury took place, was the LSU defender flying in from the sideline. Landry, it looks like, is complaining down around the right, down around the right ankle area as they tend to him, but we'll keep a close eye on it. But Landry right now being consoled by Chris Kleiman, Matt Thomason, and this K-State training staff are taking good care of him, but Landry is definitely in plenty of pain. We'll try and get a little better look at it, fellas, here field side.
Appreciate it. This is just heart-wrenching when this kind of thing happens to any football player on any team. But, boy, tough when it's your son, as it is in your particular case, Stan. I'm thinking about you and praying for you here right now, along with that young man down there on the field.
Yeah, he caught the ball and moved upfield quickly, and then he got hit from inside out really hard, cut down low. I think his ankle was on the ground and he got hit. He probably broke his lower leg, ankle right there is most likely. And so, you know, that probably ends his football career, and it's been great to watch him. I mean, our family is super proud of him. And he wants K-State to win, man.
Let's go back. Yeah, absolutely. Back downstairs, courtesy of Oldie Seed with Matt.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this, guys, is that that Landry popped up after the catch. He was on both feet and started to take a step, and then he went back down. And just by what I'm seeing here on the sidelines, I think they're going to have to bring the Gator out here. Landry is seated at the 37, but now he pops up, puts his arm around Mindy and Matt, and they'll bring him to the sideline, but it is, I beg your pardon, it is his lower left leg, but we'll keep a close eye on Landry Weber here from the Oldie Seed sidelines back upstairs.
Thank you very much. That is a 24-yard gain, but unfortunately the Wildcats lose one of their top receivers on the play in Landry Weber, but the Wildcats do move the ball all the way to the 40-yard line of LSU. 0-0 is our score. 12 minutes to go, and now the clock moving here in the opening frame from Houston. Deuce Vaughn in motion out of the backfield to the near side left. There's the snap to Schuyler. Rolls the pocket to the left side. Here comes pressure. Sky steps away from it. Now winds up and fires deep and just throws it away. LSU nearly picked it off at about the 15, maybe the 10-yard line. All the way across there making a sliding try was Jay Ward, a safety, and he almost got there. That's a heck of an athletic play. And that's an incompleted pass. 2nd and 10 from the 40.
Schuyler knows where he's going with the football, and he threw the ball up the right side to Malik Knowles because it's one-on-one. He knows it's one-on-one, right? He says, okay, I don't have much of a chance, but the problem was Malik Knowles fell down. So the ball, fortunate that it hit the ground for K-State because their receiver did not have a chance to catch it.
Wildcats on the move here in the opening period. This will be the 7th play of the drive from the 40-yard line. There's the snap. Thompson hands the ball off to Deuce Vaughn, tries to get wide, and he's dumped for a loss. They'll mark him back at the 45-yard line with a loss of 5. And that's a really nice play by Pig Cage again. He is a really talented guy. Now, he hasn't started at all, Stan, but that's the point we were trying to make in pregame. This team is chock full of terrific athletes.
Yeah, I use the example of the Alabama game when they won a national championship against Georgia a couple of years ago. Tua came off the bench in the 4th quarter, threw a pass to Smith. That's a starting quarterback in the NFL, first-round pick, throwing to a first-round pick for Philadelphia that later won the Heisman Trophy. So LSU's a lot like Alabama. They got great backups.
Wide receivers left and right, 3 to the far side of the field. 3rd and 15. Here comes pressure on Sky. He steps up, throws to the near side, has Sammy Wheeler, and Sammy inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line, but that's 4 yards shy of a first down. But it is decision time for head coach Chris Kleiman. That tackle from Demarius McGee, a corner here on the right side of that LSU defense. 0-0 is our score. 10.5 minutes to go in the first frame, and the Wildcats on the move here, but facing 4th and 4, and they leave the offense on. They have driven 8 plays and 42 yards on the opening drive of the football game. 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left, so it's empty for Skylar Thompson. Sky looking and probably changing the play here. Snap clock is down to 2. There's the snap to him. Rolls the pocket to the right and fires. Has a man. It's a crossing route and a first down at the 24-yard line to Phillip Brooks. They'll say a knee out at the 25. He was covered by Price. That's a heck of a throw right there for K-State on 4th and 4.
They had 3 receivers over there. The 2 on the outside went upfield, and the 3rd one in the slot ran a quick out. So Brooks did that, and K-State rolled the quarterback, Skylar Thompson, out, delivered a ball right in stride, and K-State picks up a first down.
We await the next snap for Kansas State. Wildcats getting a 1st and 10. They have 3 in this drive. They have moved it from their 25 all the way down to the 25-yard line of LSU. Here's pressure. Skyler throws, and it's wide, and he took a big shot as he let that ball go, but bounces right back up. A little bit slow to get up is Josh Rivas from the offensive line.
Well, the heat is coming, and Skylar Thompson has felt it. He's moved around the pocket pretty well, reloaded, and thrown some accurate passes, but that time they got to him and hit him as he's throwing the football.
Being in the cattle business, you know respiratory conditions are serious. Fight back with a serious antibiotic like Zaprevo. Only Zaprevo from Merck Animal Health has both the speed, onset, and duration of protection for you to need to get your cattle back in the game. Ready, set, Zaprevo. To learn more, talk to your vet or Zaprevo.com. Schuyler back to throw. Under some pressure. Looks right. Now throws left. It's Malik Knowles. Breaks a tackle. 20. To the 15. To the 10. To the 5. To the pylon. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Kansas State. What a play by Malik Knowles. And the Wildcats drive 11 plays for a touchdown to start the ball game.
11 plays, 75 yards, and just a great job by Skylar Thompson staying alive in the pocket. He threw the ball to the left, and Malik Knowles was not running his route anymore. He had set up, and like the earlier pass to Landry Weber, they got away from the LSU defenders who were playing them man-to-man. Skylar realized he's over to the left, got him the football near the 15-yard line, and that's when Malik Knowles went to work one-on-one, made a little juke move to the inside, then sprinted to the outside, and near the 3-yard line, dove toward the pylon on the left side, and reaching out, got the football across the goal line without stepping out of bounds.
Chris Tennant unavailable, so Ty Zentner will try to add on the extra point here. Here's the kick. It is up. It is good. 7-0 Wildcats. Our first quarter presented by Kansas Lottery. Dream bigger. Kansas Lottery, proud sponsor of K-State football. Back in a moment. This is K-State football.
And he continued to pass the ball well, find his receivers, and the Wildcats aggressively taking the football to start the game, end up driving it all the way for a touchdown and a 7-0 lead. They become the first team to score against LSU in the first quarter in the last 6 games.
Wildcats will kick it off here with Ty Zentner from the 35-yard line with a 7-0 lead. We have 9:13 to go here in the opening quarter from NRG Stadium. It's been a heck of a week for the Wildcats here in Houston to this point. Zentner's approach and kick. This one is to the near side, and it will be returned here. It's Kiner with it to the 10, 15, 20, 25. Hit hard and popped right there, and down he goes at the 27-yard line. We didn't get a chance to say anything about this right before kick, but we wanted to, Stan. Matt Miller, a former Wildcat quarterback, is not doing well. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And we wish him the very, very best. We're told that it is terminal. He doesn't have a heck of a lot of time. This is a guy that really did a great job as a quarterback for Kansas State not all that long ago.
Well, Matt Miller did so much for K-State because when Chad May got here in 1993 and 1994, K-State football went to their first 2 bowl games. They played at a high level with him at quarterback.
Kirkland's going to hand the ball off inside, and the ball is carried to about the 31-yard line. Stop made right away. And let's go down to the sideline courtesy of Oldie Seed. Here's Matt.
I called him Red Dog. He also played baseball for Mike Clark in K-State, and I'll always remember his smile, and I'll always remember the throw and catch from Matt to Kevin Lockett in Cincinnati back in the day. One of the all-time top highlights in K-State football history. It just breaks my heart with that, and also the passing of Joanne Frederick. JoJo's funeral is going to be in a couple of days on Thursday.
We'll talk about Joanne a little bit too, and we've got some information on a GoFundMe scenario for Matt Miller, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Here's the throw to the outside. Ball is caught at the 30-yard line, and taking it to about the 32 or 33 and spinning and doing so is Brian Thomas. And we've got another Wildcat down, but slowly bouncing back up. And the K-State tackle coming from Echo Boydo, the corner, after the Thomas catch.
On Matt Miller, Matt followed Chad May. And some people wondered, was K-State football playing at a high level and winning those 9 games because he had Chad May, a delightful quarterback? Well, Matt Miller was the next quarterback up. He did it with a different style, but he launched K-State football forward. He finished off the year not only beating Cincinnati in the second week of the season on the road, he went on and led K-State to 10 wins that year, and the highest ranking K-State's ever ended a year with, number 6. Matt Miller, we love you. We're praying for you, and thanks for being a great K-State football player, in addition to the other things that he has done in his life.
Penalty flag down here on a 3rd and 4 from the 33.
Ball start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Matt, of course, has 3 daughters, so there is some need. If you're interested, Matt Miller, number 6 Care and Legacy Fund, organized by Todd Renko. Head to GoFundMe gofund.me to find out more, and we'll give that address to you again in just a little bit. But tough times right now for a great Wildcat, and we wish him the very, very best. 7-0 Cats, 7:15 to go in the first. Trips to the right. It's going to be 3rd down and almost 9 with the ball back inside the 25-yard line. Rolling to the right is Kirkland. He was a high school quarterback. He'll run the football now, and he's going to be pulled down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of about 5 on the play, but short of the first down. There is a flag back at about the 27-yard line. Reggie Stubblefield is the Wildcat tackler on that play. Good job by Reggie.
So they did go with quarterback with John Trey Kirkland.
Personal foul. Shot block. Offense numbers 50 and 71. 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Wow, big 15-yard penalty there.
See, K-State could have chosen to say, we'll tackle him short of the first down and leave him with a 4th and 4. But Chris Kleiman has come out with an aggressive mentality, taking the kickoff and wanting the ball to start the game when he won the toss. And here he's going to back him up 15 yards and make him play 3rd down over again. He wants them backed up with a new quarterback in the game, John Trey Kirkland, a senior who's basically been a wide receiver and somewhat of a defensive back in his career.
You hear that whistle, and set to go now, but the ball all the way back to the 14-yard line. It's 3rd and 23. 7-0 Wildcats here in the opening period from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. The Bayou Bengals backed up inside their 15 from the far hash. Kirkland rolls the pocket. Here's an inside handoff to the 15, 20, 25, and spun down right there is the ball carrier. That is Josh Williams, a sophomore from Houston. Reggie Stubblefield brings him down right there, and they hold LSU. It's 4th and long, 4th and 12 after that gain, and K-State about to get the ball back. He took that to the 25, did Williams, on a nice play. He got 11, but needed much more than that. Good snap on the punt. Here's the kick away. High kick here to the near side. Fair catch is called for and taken at the 29-yard line by Phillip Brooks, and that will send us to another timeout. K-State football presented by the Kansas Lottery. Dream bigger. Back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. It's the TaxAct Texas Bowl from Houston. 7-0 Cats. They scored on their first possession and then forced a 3 and out. Man in motion. Ben Sennett. He'll retreat and go back to the far side right. Hand off to Deuce. 35. Spins to the 39 near the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 39. A gain of 10 and a first down for Deuce Vaughn, the consensus All-American for the Wildcats. And the tackler is Jay Ward, the safety.
In case they can get some running going, it'll really set things up and put LSU in a bind. This time right up the middle. If you get past the first wave of LSU players, there's some open room because everybody's attacking the line of scrimmage.
Deuce Vaughn during the regular season rushed for 1,258 yards and 15 touchdowns. Also had 47 receptions. An amazing season. Cade Warner in motion to the right side. Here's Schuyler, pressure from the backside and sacked. He'll go down back at about the 36-yard line. That's a loss on the play of about 3, and the stop from B.J. Ojulari, a defensive end, and a really good one for the Bayou Bengals.
He leads the team in sacks, and he came around on an NFL blitz. Just went on the outside, got on a rail, and beat the K-State tight end, Nick Leonards, around the corner. Skylar Thompson never saw him, got hit in the back. Really a nice job by Skylar Thompson not fumbling the football.
2nd down and 15 as the Cats are back at their own 34. Play clock is at 12 and now 10. Man in motion, Malik Knowles. Inside handoff, Deuce waiting for a little bit of a crease. He goes across the 35 to the 36 and is shoved back there. Short gain on the play. The stop coming from Jacobian Gilroy in the middle of that line there for LSU.
What you're going to get is hit and miss against LSU. You can't count on a running game where you gain 3 yards and 7 yards and 5 yards. That's not what you're going to do against LSU. It's going to be a 10-yard run like you saw in the first play of this possession, and then sometimes a -5. It's all over the board. Colin Klein will not get away from calling the running game and keep looking for the opportunity to get something good to bust up the middle.
3 receivers and a diamond set to the right at the hash marks. The ball on the near left hash mark. Schuyler back to throw. rolling the pocket, fires down deep, and it's up into the air, and a penalty flag is down, and now 2, and the ball is on the turf. The Wildcats, I think, will be in good shape here. Warner, the intended receiver, was bumped before the ball got there, it appeared. Big cage in coverage.
Again, Skylar Thompson working in the pocket.
Pass interference.
There's tons of pressure.
Defense, number 38.
And then he threw the ball up the right sideline, one-on-one, and as Cade Warner tried to stop, the defender kept running and then bumped into him. We've seen it all the time in football. If the ball's slightly underthrown and the receiver stops, the defender oftentimes will continue to run, and ran into the Wildcats receiver, and that is a penalty against Pig Cage. And K-State gets 15 yards. That's a maximum penalty you can get. It would have been about a 25-yard penalty in the NFL. It's 15 yards and an automatic first down for K-State.
Wildcats have amassed 82 yards to this point, 17 for LSU. It's 7-0 Cats. 1st and 10 at the 48, maybe the 49-yard line. 3:40 to go in the opening period. K-State with that ball just inside LSU territory, and here's Deuce, and he's pulled down for a loss of a yard back at the midfield stripe. Guillory is the stopper for LSU. Welcome back to the Equity Bank broadcast booth, by the way. Equity Bank, bank like anything's possible. EquityBank.com.
Guillory is a redshirt freshman, but Wyatt, you see he's an up-and-comer. He's one of the guys you're going to be talking about in the next couple of years about how great the defensive tackle is for LSU.
Wildcats from midfield looking at 2nd down and 11. Skylar Thompson looks to the sideline, has the call he wants. Ben Sennett wing to the left, 2 receivers wide to the right. Nick Linner's the tight end on the left, and here's Deuce Vaughn, breaks a tackle and spins ahead for a couple to the 47-yard line, and it will bring up a 3rd and long as Ojulari makes the stop. An Oldie Seed sideline update with Matt Walters.
With Guillory and Mason Smith, I mean, you look at these two guys in the interior of LSU's defensive line. Smith is a freak, 6'6", 285. Both of these guys hail from Louisiana, and Guillory at 326. I mean, you're talking about defensive tackles that are easily going to be over 300 and maybe around 350 before they even touch the NFL guys. Very impressive big guys up front for LSU.
3rd down and 9 Wildcats. Ball on the far right hash from the 48 of the Bayou Bengals. Deuce in motion. There's the throw to the far side. Malik Knowles gets a block. He's at the 40. He's got a first down at the 36-yard line. Oh, I love that call, Stan Weber, on the throw to Malik Knowles to the right side.
Great design because they faked a run from right to left with Deuce Vaughn. So everybody's going to be worried about that. But what Skylar Thompson did is pivot and actually throw the ball the other way to the right side, right down the line of scrimmage. And Christian Duffy, the offensive lineman, went out to try to kick out blocking. K-State had a nice lane for Malik Knowles.
Thompson back to throw, has time, shoots it over the middle, and it's caught and then dropped. It was Phillip Brooks who made the catch. And now we've got a scramble there with players needing to be separated. Brooks was with the ball in hand and then was hit and knocked it loose, and tempers flared from there. Ojulari on the play there got into it, and Ward was the guy from the secondary. Well, let's see if anything is. I don't see a flag on the field. Do you, Stan? I don't. Phillip Brooks took exception to the fact that he was not allowed to get up by the LSU player, and I don't blame him.
No one punched or anything else. They're going to say, hey, the two guys were attached to each other, pushing, and no harm, no foul.
1:47 to go in the opening period. 2nd and 10 for K-State. Ball at the 36-yard line of LSU from the right hash. Warner goes in motion. Fake to the back. Thompson rolls left and throws left, and it's incomplete for Ben Sennett at the 32-yard line. Ben stumbling a little bit, just could not quite get there. And now K-State looking at 3rd and long, 3rd and 10.
Well, something that we're seeing here from the Wildcats, Colin Klein, is with LSU playing man-to-man and being so aggressive, attacking everything quickly, they're just showing misdirection. Faking one way and then have Skylar Thompson quickly turn and say, yeah, you might think I'm going to the right, but immediately looks back to the left. Each of those plays have been open, but that time Ben Sennett does not pull in the pass.
From the 36, it's 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Knowles in motion across the formation to the left. Schuyler with pretty good protection, shoots it into the middle. Warner's got it. He's inside the 30 and down to about the 28-yard line. That's 2 yards shy of the first down. And the stop coming from Pig Cage again. He's been busy at that nickelback position, and it looks like K-State will bring on some heavy-duty personnel here on 4th and 2 at the 28-yard line. Chris Kleiman being aggressive.
Remember, their regular field goal kicker not available, so pretty easy decision for K-State to go for 4th down.
Yep, Chris Tennant not available, so K-State will go on 4th and 2. Skylar Thompson will line up under center. Deuce Vaughn is the running back. They fake to the back. Thompson rolls the pocket to the right side, sidesteps a man. He'll try for the first down, and he dives and he got it at the 25-yard line. What a play by Schuyler to sidestep one Bayou Bengal and then get to that mark. That was unreal. Ojulari made the tackle on the sideline, but a first down for the Cats as we go under 1 minute to go in the first. And a sideline update with Matt.
I don't know if Chris Kleiman was going to challenge the spot, but guys, looking at the replay, when the Cats wide receiver dove, it didn't look like he was down, and he stuck the ball at the 26. So I think on that 4th and 2 play, really it should have been 4th and inches at best, but what a run by Thompson to give K-State an extra set of downs.
Wide receiver to the right for the Wildcats. Skylar Thompson is in the pistol. There's the snap. Hand off to Deuce Vaughn, and I take that back. That is Jax Deneen, I beg your pardon, and Jax will take it to the 23-yard line, picking up a couple.
That'll end the quarter. Jackson Dean is practiced at running back.
Yeah.
Remember, Joe Irvin, Jacardier Wright no longer available. Good first quarter for K-State in this bowl game.
Sony Fanua made the final stop of the period, and after one, our score is 7-0 Wildcats. K-State football presented by the Kansas Lottery. Dream bigger. Back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.
LSU went 3 and out. K-State finished the quarter with the football. This is only the second possession of the game for K-State. We end the first quarter with LSU playing only 3 offensive plays. Now, with Ty Zentner, the field goal kicker, how close does K-State need to feel comfortable? You got to come out and give a 2-score lead. The way you've dominated, you need to get at least 3 here. But Skylar Thompson is putting on a show. He's ready to be an NFL quarterback if he plays like this. His movement in the pocket is incredible. It's not that the offensive line is doing bad. It's that LSU rush. They're bringing a lot of people. They are aggressive and able to get to the quarterback, but he is able to scramble, move, and last time scramble and run past 2 guys to get a first down.
2nd down and 8. Here's the snap, and Deuce Vaughn will go straight ahead. He started left, up to the middle. He goes inside the 20 and close to a first down, but just short at the 16-yard line. Really nice move there by Deuce, and the tackler is Mike Jones, a linebacker.
Good diversity in the K-State offense so far. Good run there. Puts K-State in something they really haven't had much of this game, 3rd and 1. It's been 3rd and long or already a first down on a 2nd down play. So where will K-State go on 3rd and 1?
Deuce Vaughn, 8 rushes, 15 yards, but he got a nice run there to make it 3rd and short. Wildcats in the opening quarter with a 7-0 lead, and now we're into the second. Knowles in motion. Here's the handoff to Deuce. Broke a tackle. He's at the 15 and head down and shoulders down, and he got to the 11. First down Wildcats. They move the sticks again. Shea Ward, the safety, the tackler for LSU.
Right up the middle, block him one-on-one like we said that K-State had to. And then Deuce Vaughn dancing around. Even though it's right up the middle, he has to go sideways here and there. Jagged but smoothly forward. Isn't it amazing? Guys like he and Darren Sproles are few of the all-time players who are able to do that so well.
Deuce remains in the backfield with Skylar Thompson. Trips to the left, tight end on the right. They swing the ball, and it's nearly picked off, but it's in the air, and Deuce caught it, and he'll lose yardage back to the 16. LSU could have had that interception, and it was Carter. Boy, oh boy, he almost had it, and it went off of him right to Deuce Vaughn.
Well, they throw the ball on a swing pass right down the line, so Skylar Thompson catches the ball in the shotgun and turns to his left and throws straight down toward his running back who's swinging out. But the defender stepped in, facing Skylar, and should have caught it. I mean, he should have housed it. It should have been a pick-6 touchdown for LSU. Instead, it bounces off his hand and a 5-yard loss.
Let me correct myself. Mike Jones had a shot at it. Here's the handoff to Deuce, outside left, and he will get to the 10-yard line. Got about 1.5 yards on the play. We're in the second quarter with 12:55 to go. Arsenault is the stopper for LSU as Deuce runs that time to the left. K-State with a 7-0 early second quarter lead and threatening in the red zone here.
But it's advantage LSU on 3rd and 9. So this play, very, very important for K-State to keep the ball close to the goal line.
Skyler looks to the sideline, has what he wants, trips to the right.
Timeout, K-State.
Gives us a moment to say Cats in the Case IH red zone. Learn more at caseih.com/Wildcats or visit Oakley Ag Center and Radke Implement in Hayes and Millburger. A timeout, back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. 26-3 are the plays in this game from the 10-yard line. 3rd down and long for the Cats. There's the snap. Thompson to throw. Here comes pressure. He throws it near side. It's caught near the 1-yard line, and out of bounds is Phillip Brooks at about the half-yard line.
It's a first down. That's a key thing.
What a play by Phillip Brooks. It's a first down and goal for Kansas State.
They had to get inside the 1 to get a first down. They did not have to get to the goal line. And again, a blitzer was right down. Mike Jones, a Clemson transfer, comes up the middle free, and he comes after Skylar Thompson, and Skylar keeps his composure, throws a out route to the slot receiver on the right. Phillip Brooks catches it, gets flipped into the air, and he dives down to the half-yard line.
3rd catch of the night for Phillip Brooks. A big one for K-State. 1st and goal inside the 1. Thompson in the pistol. Fakes to the back. Wants to throw to the far side. And it's incomplete. Intended for Warner. Really pretty good coverage there by Darrell Evans to corner. So 2nd down and goal.
They're trying to run a fade pass, but the ball's thrown pretty late. And Cade Warner had his hands on the football, but good defense there by Darren Evans. He's their best cornerback, and he knocks the ball away on the left sideline.
17 plays, 70 yards, almost 6 minutes on this drive. Wide receiver to the left. Tight end and a wing to the left. I formation set. There's the toss to Deuce. Touchdown! Touchdown for Deuce Vaughn and the Wildcats. 11:39 to go in the second quarter. Wildcats with a 13-0 lead against LSU. Man, is that some kind of drive for the Wildcats.
4th down conversion on each of the first 2 drives keeps K-State moving down the field. They both end in touchdowns. Tons of 3rd down conversions. A couple of 4th down conversions on each of their first drive. Both double-digit in plays. That time a little pitch out of the I formation. Jack Deneen leads Deuce Vaughn over the left side for a touchdown.
Here's the extra point on the way by Ty Sentner. It is good, and Kansas State increases its lead to 14-0. K-State football presented by Kubota and Land Pride. Visit KubotaDealers.com. Back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. We're right at the top of the hour. We'll get you an ID break here in just a moment. Sentner's kick to the far side, right near the 1-yard line, and they will bring it out. And a big hit inside the 10-yard line on Corey Kiner. Boy, K-State has really played well. That knockdown at the 9-yard line by Austin Moore. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to K-State football. Kansas State leading 14-0. They've run 29 plays to 3 for LSU. And LSU will start 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. Jontre Kirkland remains at the quarterback, and Kiner gets nothing as he is dropped by Reggie Stubblefield. Eli Huggins also may have had a piece of that. And it's 2nd down and 10. No gain for Kiner. Boy, the Wildcats, Stan, have been terrific so far on both sides of the ball, but offensively they've just been dominant.
Just unbelievable performance. I think back to how great this drive was back in the 1999 Holiday Bowl with Jonathan Beasley. K-State went on a 20-play, 92-yard drive that took 9 minutes and 54 seconds. This drive was a lot like that for the second touchdown of the game tonight.
Kirkland inside handoff, and nothing here for Kiner. He is wrapped up immediately, and that is Deuce Green at the 9-yard line. Daniel Deuce Green, and that will make it 3rd and basically 10 yards to go for LSU.
Well, he didn't get any first or second team all Big 12 accolades, Wyatt, but the last half of the season, he has been a superstar. He has been an amazing player and puts LSU in a 3rd and 10.
Down quickly to Matt Oldseed.
Well, he's tougher than a boot, but Eli Huggins has a dinged up right ankle. He gets up after a little scrum there in the middle of the football field and is trotted off. So right now Matlack is in. Robert Hance also in the middle of that defensive front. That's from the Oldseed sidelines.
It is 3rd and 10 for LSU. Jonte Kirkland hit as he throws, tries to go deep down the field, and it's intercepted. It's Russ Yeast near the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 43. Kirkland hit right as he let it go near the goal line, and Russ Yeast has another interception for the Wildcats. That will be his 4th of the season.
K-State brought the heat. Joe Klanderman had guys blitzing off both edges. So the quarterback, Jonte Kirkland, rolled out to the left on a half roll, stopped, and he was being hit from the backside and the front side as he threw the football. And he did get rid of the ball, but he couldn't get it anywhere near the receiver. And back there in the best position to catch the football, looking toward the line of scrimmage, was K-State's Russ Yeast, and K-State takes over with an interception.
Wildcats in front 14-0, and with the ball back, here's Deuce Vaughn waiting for a hole. He is trapped from behind, and down he goes at the 40-yard line, picking up 3 on the play. Deuce's 12th carry of the night for 30 yards. The tackler is Sony Fanua.
Colin Klein has come in here with tons of balance in the offense. 15 running plays, 15 passing plays in the first 30 snaps of the game.
K-State has been certainly unpredictable. You're right. Great point. Vaughn remains in there as the running back. 2 receivers to the right, a tight end and a wing to the right side with those receivers left. There's the snap. Schuyler hands it off to Deuce. A little bit of crease here, and he will take it inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Short gain on that play as Greg Penn III, a linebacker, makes the tackle for Louisiana State University from Baton Rouge. We approach the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. K-State trying to add to a 14-0 lead. The Wildcat touchdowns tonight, a 25-yard touchdown throw, Skylar Thompson to Malik Knowles, and a 1-yard run by Deuce Vaughn.
Logan Long is in at right tackle. K-State really will look at this as a 3rd and 4th down opportunity. They're not going to try a long field goal if they don't make this 3rd down conversion.
Empty backfield here for Skylar Thompson. Vaughn goes in motion from right to left. There's the snap. Schuyler to throw, shoots it across the middle, and it's Warner at the 30, 25-20 to the 15, and he's blasted out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him, but probably going to be at around the 12-yard line, and that's where it is. First down for the Wildcats. Jay Ward makes the stop, but way too late if you're a LSU fan, but mostly Cat fans listening to us, of course. First down, Wildcats.
He was wide open, crossing over the linebacker area from left to right. The ball delivered right as he crossed the center area, and there was no defender in front of him, so he was able to turn upfield, easily make a first down. Then at the end, use the energy of the defender to allow himself to spin forward to the 12-yard line for a 25-yard reception.
Warner's second catch of the night for K-State. Skylar Thompson, 11 of 16 for 129 yards. Sent it in motion. Here's the throw into the middle, high and incomplete. That was close. Lenners up the ladder, just couldn't quite bring it down, as Todd Harris, the safety, was in coverage. That pass just a hair high for Schuyler, and it brings up 2nd down and 10 from the LSU 12.
Schuyler just got in a hurry. He is in such a rhythm, like you're watching an NFL quarterback. He saw his tight end up the seam, was wide open, so he said, I've got it, I'm going to fire it. Oh, darn, shot the ball 2 feet over his head. Or over his hands even. I mean, there's no chance of catching that football.
Exactly right. 2 receivers to the left, tight, and a wing to the right. Here is Deuce Vaughn running left. He's inside the 10 and very close to the 5. Cut down just inside the 6 on a very quick run there. Todd Harris Jr. makes the tackle for Louisiana State. K-State with a 14-0 lead. They'll have it now 3rd and 4 with the ball on the 6-yard line. as we hit the 7:34 mark of the first half.
Now, you might not think of this as 3rd and 4th down territory. K-State so far has converted both 4th downs. They could think that way, Wyatt, but they might also think field goal because it's very, very close. But right now, K-State's offense hitting on all cylinders.
The plays now are 34-6 Wildcats. Unbelievable. Sent it in motion to the near side from the 6-yard line. He goes back the other way. Schuyler, great protection. I mean, terrific protection. Now throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught. Malik Knowles, touchdown! Touchdown, Kansas State. All kinds of time for Sky, and he made him pay. 20-0 Purple with 7:01 to go here in the first.
Give all the credit in the world to the offensive line because K-State sent out only 2 receivers. Phillip Brooks on the left side crossed all the way to the right side, and Malik Knowles, who started on the right side of the formation, crossed all the way over to the left. The line gave him all kinds of time to throw. Skylar Thompson has not had that kind of pocket all night, and he waited and waited, and Malik Knowles kept sprinting, and as he sprinted, he went 6, 7, 8, and then 9 yards deep in the end zone. Finally, Skylar Thompson said, hey, I can deliver the ball up and over an LSU defender in the back pylon all the way to the left side of the field. Malik Knowles pulls it in, and K-State 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Extra point try coming. Good snap and placement. Kick by Zentner on the way with a flag down, and it is good. We'll see about the penalty flag here, and it's going to be against LSU
offside.
For being offside.
Yep.
Offside, defense number 5. That penalty is declined. The try is successful. Timeout.
It is 21-0 Cats. K-State football presented by Kubota and Land Pride. Visit KubotaDealers.com. Back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. Josh Williams is back deep. Here is the kick by Zentner, headed to the far side. Williams calls for a fair catch, straddling the goal line. And again, an Oldie Seed sideline report with Matt Walters.
Wyatt, the reason I wanted you to come back down is the word efficiency was just used. K-State is 104th in the country in plays of 20 yards or more. 48 their total all year. So K-State, nobody really thought the Cats were going to come in and just pop LSU for big plays. They'd have to be efficient, drive the football and stick it in the end zone, and that's what they've done so far. It's not been by the huge play. They've converted on 3rd and 4th down. That's why partly they're up 21-0, Wyatt.
LSU will start from their own 25-yard line here in the second quarter. Jontre Kirkland all the way at quarterback, and they stop this play right at the fake to the running back. Our referee is John O'Neill.
Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Movement on that offensive front. It's number 76, Austin Deculus. He is the right tackle.
Well, let's go back to Skylar Thompson for a moment, guys. Do you realize that he has the highest career passing percentage in K-State history? And with what he's done on these first 3 drives, he now is over 7,000 yards passing in his career, and he has more than 40 touchdown passes. He has 41 touchdown passes and over 7,000 yards passing.
Outstanding. Second down and long. Here's the pitch to the left. Williams has it, and he will be ridden down near sideline at about the 25. So they got the penalty yardage back. It will make it second down and 10 on the pitch to the left side. Josh Williams is a 5'9" sophomore here in Houston, Texas is his home. Kincaid School there, and the stopper is Ross Elder. Second and 10 coming up. 21-0 Cats. 6:35 to go before the intermission. By the way, stay with us at halftime. We'll be visiting with the soon-to-be new president at Kansas State University, Dr. Richard Linton. From the 25 left hash, Kirkman claps his hands, fakes to Williams. He'll run the ball here, breaks 1 tackle, and the pile moves forward to about the 30 or 31-yard line. That offensive line is big and strong, and they push that thing all the way to the 31-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and 4 for LSU. And they are still looking for their first down. They are 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions in this game.
He should be looking at 3rd and 8, but his offensive line pushed him 4 yards forward, Wyatt. So here we go. Can K-State force another LSU 3 and out?
Eli Huggins is back in the game in the middle of that 3-man front. Ball at the 31 near hash mark. There's the snap. Kirkland inside handoff. This is Williams, and Williams will have a LSU first down at at the 36-yard line, and their fans go crazy. LSU has had almost nothing to cheer about until now. Sharon McPherson makes the stop for Kansas State. The first LSU first down comes with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Because it was only 3rd and 4, they were able to run that play. If it would have been 3rd and 8 like it could have been, that new rule allowing those offensive linemen to shove guys forward helped out LSU.
Sherrod Jenkins to the far side left. Here's the quarterback keeper, and nothing doing. Cody Fletcher makes the stop at the 37-yard line. Nice to see Cody in there. He was dinged up a little bit late in the year. And that's a short gain on the play of about a yard, maybe a half. It's second, and we'll call it 2nd and 9.
Good reaction, and he kept the quarterback from falling forward.
Yeah.
Just a very nice job. He tackled him, held him up, and then said, come on, guys, get over here and help me knock him over so he doesn't fall forward.
Joe Klanderman's done a really nice job this year, Stan, with this defense. A lot of help from Chris Kleiman, certainly, but Joe Klanderman has done a terrific job.
Yeah, the 5.3 yards per play that K-State is giving up is the best since 2013.
Oh, Kirkland drops the ball, picks it back up, tries to get somewhere and can't. He is smashed at the 35-yard line, and I believe it's Deuce Green again. Wow, is he everywhere. What a stud is Daniel Deuce Green. It will be 3rd down and 10 for LSU.
Yeah, cannot overstate how good he is, Wyatt. He's been solid all year long, but the last half of the year, just a dominant player. Robert Hintz is in the ballgame. He hasn't played a ton for K-State, but he is in there at the nose guard position on this 3rd and 10.
Nate Matlack also in there. From the 36, 3rd and 10. 21-0 Cats. There's the snap. Here's Kirkland trying to run wide left. Gets a block, 40 to the 45, but falls short, I think, of the first down near the 46. That's close. They may give him a first down here.
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
They just, close is close enough for first down. Russ Yeast is the guy that's injured.
A timeout on the field. We'll take it with the Cats in front 21-0. K-State football presented by Kubota and Land Pride. Visit KubotaDealers.com. Back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.
Michael Bishop, Vince Young are out doing a contest. Michael Singletary, the great Bears linebacker, the Chicago Bears, 85 Bears, was out there. So a lot of people in the house watching K-State versus LSU tonight.
Let's go downstairs, courtesy of Oldie Seed with Matt.
Russ Yeast was the injured Wildcat. He does come off the field under his own power, but he took great exception because on that last LSU play, Josh Williams, the sophomore running back from right here in Houston, went low, almost kind of a blind side low shot to his knee. Yeast took a couple of seconds on the ground, but then popped up, and he turned around and had some things to say to the LSU sideline. And Chris Kleiman also took exception to that hit by the LSU running back. That's from the Oldie Seed sidelines. Oldie Seed, your Pot American Kansas family-owned company.
Brian Thomas goes wide to the right, wide receiver to the left also. Single setback. High snap for John Trey Kirkland, and he'll run the ball after catching it. Breaks a tackle at the 50 and spins down for a first down at the 41-yard line. Heck of a play by Kirkland there, the stop from Austin Moore.
If he can get going, he's a wide receiver. He's not a quarterback, but he's having trouble taking the snap. So he fumbled the snap around and then decided, well, I guess I can run, and all of a sudden he goes over the left side, breaks a tackle by Echo Boydo. Boydo could have tackled him for a 4 or 5 yard run, but when he does not, LSU takes it down to the K-State 41. That 3rd and 10 run was a big play for LSU. They should not have been able to make that, but a run around the left side barely got a first down, and now they're in K-State territory for the first time tonight.
Leon Thomas to the right from the left hash. Here's the handoff, and this is Kiner. Inside the 40 he goes to the 38-yard line for 3, bringing up 2nd and 7, under 2.5 to go in the first half. The tackler there, Ross Elder for Kansas State. Wildcats protecting a 21-0 late second quarter advantage. So from the 38, it'll be 2nd down and 7. By the way, K-State will substitute here. Stubblefield is out for the moment, and Ryan Hennington is into the ball game, the former Junction City Blue Jay. 21-0. K-State leads. There's the snap. Kirkland fakes, throws far side. It's caught by the tight end, and he's pulled down at the 36-yard line. First catch, Mashburn. Jack Mashburn, who's a terrific blocker, also makes the catch. Elder is the tackler. And a big play here for LSU. 3rd and 5 from the Wildcat 36-yard line.
But they don't have their kicker and they're 3 touchdowns behind, so they look at this as 2-down territory. Just a little bootleg, throw the ball out into the flat. Good, easy pass. Jack Mashburn makes the catch, and he's one of the really happy players at LSU right now because he was a walk-on who just was rewarded with a scholarship just in the last couple of weeks.
That's the best thing when it happens, isn't it? Those guys work so hard. 21-0 K-State. Minute 14 to go. It's 3rd down and 5. Here's the handoff to Williams. Williams breaks a tackle. He goes to the 34-yard line. And a whole host of players in there on the stop that time. And
officials timeout for an injured offensive player.
And that injured offensive player is number 8, Malik Neighbors, who is a wide receiver and a good one. He was up and then went back down. It's going to be 4th down and 2, and we're going to go to break. We'll remind you, K-State football is presented by Kubota and Land Pride. Visit KubotaDealers.com. 21-0 Cats. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. Here we go, 4th and 2 at the 33-yard line of the Wildcats for LSU. Jontre Kirkland is in the pistol. There's the snap to him. He heads towards the line of scrimmage, tries to break outside and does. He'll have a 1st down. He slides to the 25, to the 20, and out of bounds at around the 18-yard line. The Wildcat tackler is Julius Prince, but the very standout wide receiver turned quarterback, Jontre Kirkland, has a 1st down for LSU.
Well, he waited forever in the backfield as they had 2 pullers, a tight end and a tackle. A guard actually moved left to right, and finally he squirted around the right side. Again, if he gets into open field, Wyatt, he's not a quarterback. He really is an explosive runner, and now he's starting to feel a little more comfortable.
Timeout, LSU, they're first.
So LSU with 2 remaining. This stops the clock with 32 seconds to go, and it'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the Wildcat 18-yard line. The total offense in the game, 174 yards for Kansas State, 79 yards for LSU. The Cats have rushed for 40. They've thrown for 134. Skylar Thompson is 12 of 18 for 134 yards and a couple of touchdowns. 3 catches for Malik Knowles and 2 scores. Phillip Brooks has 3 catches, a couple for Cade Warner, a couple for Landry Weber, 1 for Sammy Wheeler, and 1 for Deuce. Vaughn has rushed 14 times for 40 yards and a 1-yard touchdown.
See, Jontre Kirkland could have got out of bounds after he made that 15 yards, but he stayed to continue to fight falling forward. Because of that, the clock started and they had to use a timeout. So he basically burned a timeout.
From the 18-yard line, Kirkland is in the pistol. He'll swing it to the near side. The ball is caught and dropped immediately is Malik Neighbors for a loss back near the 22 or 23-yard line. Daniel Green the stop, and a second LSU timeout with 27 seconds to go in the half.
They put 4 receivers to the left, a diamond, but they wanted to make it an easy quarterback throw. So when the snap went back, he immediately threw it to the left side to the guy in the back of the diamond. So he had 3 blockers on the edge thinking they were going to get past K-State. But Echo Boydo reacted so quickly that he got up there and blew up the play. Now, the coaches are going to be saying, Echo, wrap your arms around him and tackle him, because he hit him, but he didn't tackle him. Fortunately, K-State scrambled and didn't let the LSU receiver get away.
LSU looking at 2nd down and 15 after that loss, back at the Wildcat 23-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field, but closer to the left hash mark. They will send Thomas wide to the right, and in the slot inside of him is Malik Neighbors. A wide receiver to the left and a wing to the left. There's the snap, and Kirkland to throw. He's going to fire for the end zone. Has a man. Touchdown. It is a touchdown to Jeray Jenkins, and now a late flag too.
He spiked it, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against LSU for excessive celebration. But the easy one-on-one throw, and if you can hear that over the radio speakers, LSU's crowd is large here. That roar, giant. K-State has kept them out of the game, but you cannot ever forget it's a 60-minute ball game. Down the left sideline, one-on-one. Echo Boydo cannot keep Jeray Jenkins from catching the football 5 yards deep in the end zone. Credit Jontre Kirkland for throwing the football 3 yards inside of the left sideline, so he's able to get the touchdown. LSU scores, Wyatt, with 20 seconds left. And remember, they get the ball to start the second half. But LSU's going to have to kick the ball off 15 yards back. K-State's kickoff return unit will get a chance to get a return.
Nice throw by Kirkland to Jenkins to cut the game to 21-6. We'll see about the extra point. And remember, Cade York unavailable, so Avery Atkins, check that. Yeah, actually, the try for the point is good, and that comes from number 43, Preston Stafford. So that makes it 21-7 with 20 seconds to go in the half. How about this drive? The drive courtesy of BriggsAuto.com. Briggs has the vehicles. 13 plays, 75 yards for LSU in 6 minutes and 41 seconds as we go downstairs courtesy of Oldie Seed with Matt.
LSU's faithful took some exception there because, yeah, the ball was spiked. But when Malik Neighbors scored that last K-State touchdown in the back left corner of the end zone, he popped up and pulled a Keyshawn Johnson or, you know, one of those guys where they spin it and there was no flag thrown. So the other side of the field just wants the same thing to happen and to be called in this ballgame. That's from the Oldie Seed sidelines. It'll be Knowles and Brooks back deep to receive this kick for the Wildcats.
Remember, LSU, Wyatt, hardly has had to make tackles on their kickoff unit. They kick it in the end zone that the opponent allows a touchback to occur more than any team I've seen this year.
Yeah.
So they have a great kicker. They kick it deep in the end zone. Now they're kicking from their own 20, and there's only 20 seconds left in half, but they're kicking from the 20. They're an athletic group, but they really haven't had to go down and tackle very often, and are going against an elite kickoff return unit in the K-State Wildcats.
Let's see what they do here. Atkins with the approach and the kick. He's got a good leg, and this one to Malik Knowles at the 9-yard line. He's at the 15, angles a bit right, 20, 25, look out, he's at the 40 to about the 45-yard line, and down he goes. No flags. Boy, he came within about one guy of busting that all the way. 11 seconds to go in the half. Avery Atkins, who kicked the ball off, made the tackle for LSU. Malik Knowles, exceptionally dangerous on the kickoff.
For some reason, he cut to the left. I think if he had cut to the right, the kicker would have had to make a one-on-one side tackle, and he would have been gone. He cut back, and his kicker was able to make a more square-on tackle. Good return by K-State, but with only 11 seconds left, not a lot K-State can do. Remember, could they throw a pass and let Ty Zentner has a strong leg? Could they let him try to bomb a field goal? We'll see.
Empty backfield. Brooks goes in motion to the far side left, and now whistles and a stoppage of play.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So a delay here against Kansas State. We have not had a penalty of sorts for a while. That's the first in the game for Kansas State. LSU 5 for 54. They move the ball back to the 40. It makes it 1st and 15. Cats will send a wide out to the right, 2 to the left. Deuce Vaughn is the running back for Skylar Thompson. LSU shows a 4-man front. And here they come. Sky steps up, fires this one deep to the sideline, and a diving try at the 37-yard line, and it is caught, and that is Eric Hummel. Eric Hummel with the play, and that stops the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, now you either decide if you want to throw the ball in the end zone from 36 yards, or do you let Ty Zentner get a shot at it from 53 yards?
Well, Zentner is really a very, very big leg kicker, so you may consider that here. Now, again, he's not been the field goal kicker all year long, but forced into service here because of the unavailability for Chris.
For him
exactly
to try
right.
it, because nothing to lose. You wouldn't want to do this on a normal mid-second quarter play, but now you say, hey, you might not make it. I mean, we didn't expect you to have to make a long field goal, but you do have a great leg. Just believe in yourself.
Sure.
Hit the ball, and just like a golfer, Wyatt, don't try to smash the ball. Just hit it smoothly, and that thing will take off on this dome. So K-State is going to get a chance. They're backed up to 54 yards.
Brandon Plattner is the long snapper. Jake Bloomer is the holder. And Zentner from 54, far hash mark. Let's see if he can get it there and knock it through. 21-7 Cats with 5 seconds to go before halftime. Good snap and placement. Kick is on the way. Well, they got a pretty good one, but it is just short and maybe a little bit to the left. Good effort there by Zentner, and that will take us to halftime. Our score at the half, 21-7 Cats. We're back with the K-State Alumni Association halftime show next. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. Sender to kick it off.
LSU got a touchdown pass, even though they've hardly thrown the ball. It's the 42nd straight game they've had a TD pass. They probably wondered if that was going to happen tonight with their wide receiver / quarterback playing quarterback.
Exactly right. We talked about quarterbacks for several weeks leading up to this one. We saw just one LSU quarterback in the first, and this ball headed to the middle and a fair catch called for by Josh Williams. So LSU will start after the touchback, first down and 10 at the 25, and downstairs we go to Matt Walters.
The first thing the head coach of the Cats said to me, gentlemen, was we got to tackle better. He was not very happy with K-State's first half tackling, something Stan referenced with Echo Boydo right before the end of the first half. Coach says he thinks K-State's got a pretty good feel for what LSU's trying to do offensively, but they've got to continue because they're without Jerron McPherson the rest of the ball game. And Stan, just so you know, just had a chance to speak with your son, obviously very demoralized, but in a walking boot on his left ankle. Obviously he's not going to be able to play, but he said, Matt, nothing's broken, and that's the good news. Much more from the oldie seat sidelines.
There's the snap. Here is the handoff. This is Kiner, and Kiner is wrapped up running left as he crosses the 25 to the 27 for 2. Ross Elder was the first guy in there, and also Ryan Hennington filling from the linebacker position on Kiner. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go as we are just underway now in period number 3, brought to you by Hogemeyer Hybrids.
You know, you got to put 3 good plays together because we've seen LSU on their last possession have even a 3rd and 10. So just one time with the quarterback getting loose, they can pick up a first down. So you got to be solid down after down.
Jontre Kirkland all the way at quarterback. He is in the pistol here. There's the snap to him. Here's the inside handoff. And this is going to be taken to very close to the 30-yard line by Kiner. And it's a gain on the play, short gain to the 35-yard line. It brings up 3rd down and 5 yards to go for LSU.
K-State brought a blitz off both edges. We've seen that before. And this play was a perfect call by LSU to run the ball in the middle, and it looked like they were going to get good yardage. I mean, a first down easily, but Felix Enudike Uzama Wyatt reached out his hand and stopped the running back, at least slowed him down so the others could get there on the tackle. You heard some people yelling face mask from the LSU side, but it was not called.
Williams is the running back to the right of Kirkland. There's the snap. Quarterback keeper here, and he'll be knocked down at the 32-yard line. That is 3 yards shy of the first down. A very nice defensive read and tackle, and that is Jackson on the stop.
Yeah, they were going to run an option to the right side, but the angle with which the K-State defender came at him forced him to the inside, and Nate Matlack didn't allow him to pitch it and tackled him for a very short gain.
Yeah, there you go. Nate Matlack, the stop. We owe you a station ID break. We'll get it in here after the punt. Phillip Brooks back at his own 23-yard line. Perfect snap. Here's the punt away. This is a low spinning kick taken at the 20-yard line by Phillip Brooks. He tries to get wide to the right side and got the edge. He's at the 25-30. Slides a bit to the 35 and now to the 40. Back to the left he comes. He is at the 38 and is taken down right there. Boy, what an exciting play for somewhat of a short return by Phillip Brooks. Gracious. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to K-State football. So the Wildcat offense back to work here at their own 39-yard line. Quite a play there by Phillip Brooks as he brought it back from about the 25 to the 39-yard line, and a lot of running to do it. K-State operates from the near left hash. Man in motion is Warner. Here's the handoff to Deuce. Deuce to the 44-yard line. He'll pick up 5 on the first down play. You love that every single time. The LSU tackler is Todd Harris.
He tries to get the football just right away up through the line of scrimmage. Just hit your blocks. You don't have to hold them for a long time. Just slash through there, and he's able to do that. Helping on that block, Nick Leonards. BB shoved inside, Leonards pushed out, and he squirted through for a 5-yard gain.
R.J. Garcia into the game. He's into the slot to the right. Malik Knowles wide to the right. It's Warner here on the near side in there for Landry Weber. Tight end on the left, too. That's Lenners. Here's Skylar Thompson on a first down play. He'll take off and run here. He's got room midfield to the 45 to the 40 and finally steps out of bounds at the 43-yard line. He takes it from the Wildcat 39 to the LSU 39-yard line.
Well, you've seen Patrick Mahomes do it for the Kansas City Chiefs all the time. When a team plays man-to-man, if you can get past the line, the rushers, you look up, all the defenders are chasing your receivers away from you. He had an easy jog, Wyatt, over to the left side. No one close to touching him. He went out at the 38-yard line to LSU because he didn't want to get fancy and take a hit, but he might have been able to take another step or two. It's amazing when these quarterbacks realize, oh, you're playing man-to-man, so you're going to allow me to have an easy run for a first down.
The official mark is the 38-yard line for Skylar Thompson in LSU territory. There's the snap to Sky, the senior again, looks left, throws that way, and has his man here on the sideline. That's Nick Lenners with the catch at the 33-yard line. Gain on the play of about 5 or 6. And K-State on the move again. They've had some long drives in this game. They have a 21-7 lead. Their first scoring drive, 11 plays, 75 yards. Their second, 18 plays and 71 yards here this evening from the 33. 2nd and 5 Cats. Tighter formation this time. A wing right and 2 receivers to the left, including Malik Knowles, who's had a big night. He'll go in motion here to the far side right and gets the handoff on the sweep. Bounces outside, broke a tackle, and he's inside the 30 and down to around the 29-yard line. Malik has done that on the stretch play many, many times. Xavier Carter makes the tackle. Really nice game there. It will be 3rd down and short, 3rd and about a yard.
That's always good for K-State to add that to the diversity in their running game. Get a jet sweep to a guy who is a kick return type of player, right? And he gets to make a choice on the outside. LSU tackles him 1 yard short of a first down.
Cats have 226 yards now plus in total offense. That was before that last play. So 3rd and 1 here. Cats just inside the 30 of LSU. Here's Skylar Thompson. Shovel pass ahead to Ben Sennett. Sennett breaks out right side to the 25-yard line. Love the call. And it is a first down for Kansas State on the shovel pass. Jay Ward from the safety position makes the stop on Iowan Ben Sennett.
Sennett's 2nd reception of the year. And what's so great about that is Phillip Brooks went in motion from right to left. Remember, they just ran a jet sweep? So it looks like Phillip Brooks might be going jet sweep left. But after he fakes to Phillip Brooks, Skylar Thompson starts rolling to his right. You're going, oh, what kind of pass play is he going to run? Oh, then he stops and just makes a nice, easy pitch to Sennett, who snuck right behind the center and easily picks up a first down.
9.5 to go in the 3rd. Deuce Vaughn out of the backfield in motion to the right. From the 25, 1st and 10. Here's Skylar. Has pretty good protection. Now flushed out of the pocket to the right side. Still pretty decent protection. He'll take off and run to the 20. Inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Deuce Vaughn was out there working to try to give him a block. B.J. Ojolari runs him out of bounds there for LSU, but a good play by Skylar Thompson in Kansas State. It'll be 2nd and 3 after a gain of 7.
So we said that Skylar Thompson is as healthy as he's been all year since that first game against Stanford, and you're seeing it. He doesn't have to run the football, but when he is running, he has good movement. Very, very comfortable, not slowed. He could have thrown the ball downfield to Deuce Vaughn for a short gain, but he ended up running for 7.
Offset I formation set this time. Lenners in at full or a tight end on the left. Here's Deuce Vaughn. He broke a tackle. 15 to the 10. He will walk in. Wildcat touchdown. Deuce Vaughn in there for Kansas State for a score. And the Wildcats have a 27-7 lead with 8:46 to go in the 3rd quarter and another terrific drive. 7 plays, 61 yards. That scoring drive delivered by BriggsAuto.com. Briggs has the vehicles.
Wyatt, I said that the Wildcats, Colin Klein, calling plays, would continue to use a lot of the things that Courtney Messingham does. He uses it to his advantage. K-State switched a tight end and a fullback, moved real quick, changed the formation. LSU was completely mixed up. When K-State hit it up, it was an easy hole opening. There's only one safety to beat, and that was easily done for a touchdown run. Great call by Colin Klein.
And the extra point is true. It's 28-7 Cats. K-State football presented by Hogemeyer Hybrids. Every field deserves the right seed. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.
Again, back to what Courtney Messingham likes to do. He'll have his tight end on the right and his fullback line up in an I formation. And then immediately that fullback will go to the left, and the tight end will move to fullback real quickly. You change the formation completely. The defense gets completely mixed up, and Courtney Messingham was great at shifting, motioning, changing, and Colin Klein, who's been a part of that offensive staff, went right back to that well. That allowed LSU to, they were mixed up, and it allowed K-State to get angle blocks up the middle. And then Deuce Vaughn had 10 yards for sure, but like you said, he broke Jay Ward's ankles and made an 18-yard touchdown.
Zentner to kick it from the 20 after the penalty, and he was the second guy caught in the fracas, which is always the case. And this is a fair catch taken at the 25-yard. Oh, absolutely.
He took a fair catch when K-State had a 15-yard penalty.
Norman caught that ball and just stopped, and he probably could have taken it at least 10 or 15 yards farther. At least. Wow.
K-State wasn't, because K-State kicked from their 20 instead of the 35. And when you fair catch it at the 25, they move it all the way out to the 25.
How about that? So a break for the Cats. K-State has outgained LSU 259 to 104. First downs are 16-5. K-State has thrown for 167 and rushed for 92. Been a nice night, up 28-7, but a long way to go with 8:46 to go in the third. Here's the handoff to Kiner running left. And he is a tough runner, and he stretches the Wildcats to the 30-yard line, almost the 31 with that first down run. Russ East there to help him up after the tackle. So a nice play by Russ, who was shaken up a little bit earlier.
He's playing a linebacker position now too, Wyatt. You don't have Cody Fletcher in there. Nick Allen was unavailable for the game. Austin Moore's not in there, who's played some. So they got Reggie Stubblefield playing as a basic middle linebacker along with Daniel Green.
Isn't that something? This defense, though, has competed all year long.
Now Cody Fletcher's back in there.
Yes, he is. There's the snap. There's the handoff. No, they're going to keep it quarterback, and this kid can run. Kirkland to the 40, to the 45, to the near the 47-yard line. K-State missed a tackle there, and it's Felix Anudike-Uzama with the stop, but an LSU first down.
But he was definitely second wave. K-State did not make the tackle at the point of attack. Quarterback around the left side. Ross Elder had a chance, could not get him down. And with that quarterback, if you miss him on the first time, he's going to get 5-10 more yards very quickly.
Really nice run there, 16 yards. And Anudike-Uzama, who had his arms wrapped around Kiner, left that and went out and made that tackle. That's how good he is. First and 10 for LSU at their 47-yard line. Mashburn in motion out of the backfield. There's the snap to Kirkland. Handoff to Kiner. Breaks another tackle to midfield. And the pile pushes forward to the Wildcat 48-yard line. That's a gain of 5 on first down for LSU. TJ Smith from the secondary wearing number 7 in that beautiful purple uniform. The stopper for Kansas State.
You can see the physicality of how LSU's running backs run, though, right there, right? The offensive line gets after you, and if you don't get your shoulder pad square into the running backs from LSU, they're going to make it look like SEC football and bounce around and continue forward. That could have been a 2-yard gain. Instead, it ended up being a 5-yard run.
Bronson Boom Massey back into the game as a defensive end for the Cats. Here's the quarterback keeper, and this time it's read beautifully, and the stop by the aforementioned Boom Massey at the 48-yard line. That's a loss of about a yard on the play. Also there, Daniel Green.
Well, they tried to get an angle to the short side of the field left with the quarterback. Echo Boydo blitzed from the cornerback, so he was in the backfield, took up a blocker, and the quarterback, if he could just get around the edge, had open area. But the two guys that showed speed, you mentioned, Bronson Massey and Daniel Green, just outran that quarterback and tackled him for no gain.
Sherrod Jenkins has been pretty quiet, but he's back in the game, and he'll come wide to the right. 2 receivers to the left side. That will be Thomas and Neighbors. Here's the inside handoff. Williams juggled that, and Elder gets him short of the first down, but he goes inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. He needs the 43 for a first down. So it'll be 4th and a yard for LSU. 5:40 to go, third quarter. Wildcats 28. The Bayou Bengals 7. Big play here. Fans know it too, both sides. K-State at LSU. From the 44. John Trey Kirkland all the way at quarterback. Gets the snap, hands it off, and this is Williams, and this will be close. He Well, it looks where they're marking it like it's definitely short on a 4th and 1 play, but we'll see.
They definitely mark it short.
Yeah, Daniel Green, the tackler.
You always got to wait through the instant replay, Wyatt. So it looks like K-State's going to get possession. You got to wait a little while before you get confirmation. But where the officials came running in, they put the football short.
Yeah, they did.
A half-yard short. I thought the spot was a little bad. I thought he went a little further than that. But I don't necessarily think he made it to the first down marker. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So I don't think.
I saw it the same way you did, partner.
Yeah, if I were LSU right now, I'd say, no, we made it further than that. But that does not mean he got a first down. Will they have enough to take a review of it?
Yep.
They're going to take the chains out, which I like to see.
It is short with the chains. And so K-State will take over. We'll see if there is a challenge, but in the meantime, we're going to a break.
Please reset the game clock to 5 minutes.
We go to break. K-State football presented by Hogemeyer Hybrids. Every field deserves the right seed. It's 28-7 Cats. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.
LSU and a lot of national pundits are going to talk about, well, we didn't have a quarterback tonight, and our offense was just a shell of itself. And let's just give them that for a second, Wyatt.
Sure.
But what did I say about their defense? The last 4 games, including Alabama and A&M, they gave up 4.6 yards a play. Remember, K-State took the football first. And that LSU defense is flying around. They drove down the field and scored. Then they drove down the field again and scored. Then they drove down again. Don't talk to me about the LSU offense, okay? Maybe they would have scored a touchdown or 2 in the first half, but K-State is beating LSU where they are legitimately playing their best football. Their defense is getting beat by K-State. It has nothing to do with that quarterback that LSU is playing.
And the Wildcats are averaging 6 yards per play here tonight, 4.8 for LSU. Wildcats 1st and 10 at their own 44. 5:14 to go in the third with a 28-7 advantage. Malik Knowles wide to the right. 3 men to the left in a tight formation set. There's the snap to Skylar Thompson. Hands it off to Deuce Vaughn. Tries to bounce out left. Not a lot there. He'll get it to the 46 for a couple right near the hash mark running left side. And the tackler is Pig Cage, one of the great names in college football, I would guess. I don't know that, but maybe. Unique anyway. 2nd down and 8. Yeah, we've had a lot of people say that should be.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, I know it was Ron Cook saying he should play for Arkansas.
Like, hey, I hear a voice from somewhere.
28-7 Cats, 2nd down and 8. Here's Skylar faking to the back. Wants to throw. Good protection. Shoots it down the middle and on the sideline, and it's Phillip Brooks, and he's got it. Phillip Brooks here on the near side. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Well,
if you want NFL scouts to look at a play, there are many to watch tonight, but that one is definitely going to go in the books. Skylar Thompson had a route, an over route from right to left to Phillip Brooks. It looked like it was wide open and an easy throw, but it wasn't. LSU squeezed it with 3 different guys.
What a play. 34 yards, and now Skylar will throw this one, and it's incomplete. And
wow.
Did it get, I don't know if it.
Was he down with forward progress? I mean, they could have called him down way before he got rid of the football.
Yeah, he was, and we've got an LSU player down on top of that.
And they're going to throw a flag and say that he intentionally grounded it. But on the previous play, Phillip Brooks looked like on an over route he was wide open.
Offense number 7. Loss of down at the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
Skylar Thompson throws the ball, and he could be lackadaisical and go, I got an easy throw over there. But you know what he did? He threw it high up with enough arc that it got over a defender. 3 different LSU guys squeezed it, and it had to be a perfect throw, and it was.
We're going to head to another break here in just a moment as K-State leads 28-7 here in the third quarter. K-State football presented by Hogemeyer Hybrids. Every field deserves the right seed. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. K-State after the intentional grounding call facing 2nd and 23 with the ball on the 33-yard line of LSU, leading 28-7.
Shows you how quick LSU can create negative plays.
Their defense has been very good in the last half of the year. Gave up just 20 to Alabama as an example. Beat A&M in the final game of the regular season. Skylar Thompson with an empty backfield here. Second down and long. There's the snap. Sky pumps, wants to throw underneath. Daniel Imatorbhebhe with the catch inside the 25 to the 24. He goes. Decent gain on the play, and a sideline report now from Matt Walters.
We haven't seen much of Imatorbhebhe for a while, but guys, on the timeout, there was an injury on the LSU side, but for K-State, Malik Knowles also came down with a right calf cramp. Took some of the electrolyte gel, which the players absolutely hate. It tastes nasty and is gross, but they've got to get that to get rid of that calf and get back on the field ASAP. So good news, not a serious injury to Malik Knowles. That's from the Oldie Seed sidelines.
Greg Penn made that last stop against Imatorbhebhe, making it 3rd down and 14. Skylar Thompson trips to the right, twins to the left. And movement, let's see if K-State moved first.
Christian Duffy, the right tackle.
I think so too.
Number 73.
Yep.
5-yard penalty.
Just rocked back an instant before.
Malik Knowles is able to run into the lineup to get R.J. Garcia out. But what happened is the LSU defender lined up on the outside, and he's going to come around the edge, and he started to move. But if he doesn't go into the neutral zone, he can move. And that just created Christian Duffy to start leaning back. And when you weigh as much as Christian Duffy, when you start, you can't stop.
That's true.
So you take a step backwards, penalty on K-State. If he would have gotten a neutral zone, then it would have been a penalty against LSU.
3rd down and 19 Cats at the LSU make it the 29-yard line. 3rd and 19 from the 29. Thompson looks right, throws that way into the middle of the field, and taken to the 20-yard line on that catch by Phillip Brooks. Or make it Cade Warner, I beg your pardon. And now another late flag.
Who's the flag going to be? It's giant. K-State could have a 38-yard field goal try right down the middle. Or if LSU gets a penalty, K-State gets a first down. Or if it's against K-State, it'll move it back to the 35-yard line, Wyatt, and be 4th down and 25.
Well, let's see what the call is here. This is a Pac-12
could be
officiating.
Could be offsetting too.
Yep. John O'Neill will tell us.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 50. The down counts. 15-yard penalty. 4th down.
So a lot of penalties right here for K-State. Intentional grounding, false start, and a late penalty. It is 4th down, and K-State's punt team is probably going to have to come out for the first time tonight.
Yeah, they have not punted yet, and we're at 2:52 of the 3rd with the Cats in front 28-7.
You're 24 yards away from a first down at the 35. Can't try a field goal.
That penalty on Cooper Beebe, and he is one of the top linemen in the Big 12, and he was not happy at all about that call, and he's a pretty mild-mannered guy. K-State will send Zentner into punt. He stands at midfield. LSU with just one man deep. And that is Chris Hilton, I believe.
Another penalty on K-State, but that doesn't matter. They can move back 5. That doesn't matter.
5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Now the Wildcat faithful a little bit unhappy. Number 5 for K-State is Ryan Hennington. This was a pretty clean game at one point for the Wildcats in terms of no penalties, but now a penalty here will be their 6th of the night. I'm sorry, their 5th of the night.
LSU wants a timeout, and that is such a bad decision. I mean, that is, why would LSU call timeout when K-State is 4th and 30 yards?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't waste a timeout in the second half. I mean, but they do have what? An interim head coach and a lot of different guys doing their responsibilities, probably, right? I mean, the head coach has some say, but the special team coordinator is going to coordinate his area. The defensive coordinator is going to coordinate his. And the LSU offensive coordinator, we mentioned Jake Peets earlier this game, Wyatt, in his first year at LSU. Do you realize he was a walk-on player at Nebraska from 03 to 05? So we were broadcasting his games when he was at Nebraska. These young men we see grow up. Heck, I've seen guys I've broadcast with their kids playing. Obviously, Tyler Lockett and Kevin Lockett.
Oh,
yeah. A good example, but there are others. Ross Elder right now.
That's right. Saw some of his family in the hotel lobby before we headed over here earlier this afternoon. Good snap. Here's the kick away by Zentner. That one is headed to the far side. It bounces at the 19-yard line and straight out of bounds.
Not a good kick. It went over the right side of his foot.
Yep. So LSU will take over at the 19-yard line. with 2:09 to go in the third, and K-State is in front 28-7. And we remind you, Prime Capital Investment Advisors is a proud sponsor of your Wildcats. Visit PCIAwealth.com for information and locations. That's PCIAwealth.com. LSU 135 yards on the night, 108 of it rushing. And all the way at quarterback is Jontre Kirkland, who started this year and was a receiver all year long. He'll roll the pocket to the right and throws it here and up the sideline to the 30, and a little bit more is Brian Thomas Jr. And he'll take it for a first down to the 31-yard line before Russ Yeast makes the stop.
Penalty on the play at the end of the play, but Brian Thomas is one of those freshman wide receivers that LSU is excited about. Good throw right there by the quarterback, Kirkland.
Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down.
So
K-State's got to rein it back in here.
Yeah, that's something near 50 yards of penalties in a very short period of time.
Exactly. So this will move the ball out across the 45 of LSU to the 46-yard line.
It was a really good throw on the run. A quick rollout, hit an out route to the slot receiver. It's a basic play, but boy, it's not easy if you aren't accurate with that throw to get it out there, but a good throw by Jontre Kirkland.
Exactly 2 minutes to go in the third. 28-7 Wildcats. Kirkland in the pistol. Wideouts left and right. Low snap. He handles it. Fakes to the back. He'll run. And he is dragged down from behind by Ross Elder, just shy of the midfield stripe as he gets 4 yards on the play. Clock continues to run. We have just had the one K-State score in this period, and that was an 18-yard run by Deuce Vaughn, his second touchdown of the night to make it 28-7. The TaxAct Texas Bowl. Big 12 versus the SEC here at NRG Stadium, home of the NFL's Houston Texans.
Do you realize LSU's won their last 10 games they played in a dome?
I did not realize that.
K-State's won their last 2, but LSU 10 straight.
That's crazy good. Second down and 6. Kirkland will throw, fires far side, and it's intercepted by Ross Elder at the 15-yard line. He'll take it to the 20, to the 30, to the 40, to the 45, and out of bounds is Ross Elder, the senior. What a play by Ross Elder. Kansas State turns over LSU here under a minute to go in the third quarter. That pass just a little bit long, Stan, and Ross Elder gets a big hug from Joe Klanderman on the sideline.
First interception of his career in his last ball game. Ross Elder doing a great job. The ball was thrown down the middle. They tried to throw the ball to the seam. It looked like there might be an opening, but Ross Elder, playing in center field, came over at an angle to cut in front of the receiver, made the catch, and then went down the right side, returning it all the way out near the 45-yard line. There are more penalty flags on the ground again because the two sides are talking some trash to each other right now. But what a great play by Ross Elder, because it looked like the receiver might be open, Wyatt.
I thought he was a little bit. Hard to tell sometimes. Again, we're 8 stories up. Let's go downstairs. Here's Matt.
Yes. As Stan said, there's enough laundry on the field to outfit Wyatt for a week. Hang on just a second here.
One on each team.
And they're saying there's one on each team, which to me is garbanzo beans, because there are a couple of the Wildcats. And
number 76 on LSU and number 80 on Kansas State.
I thought Malik Knowles was going to get
Hang on.
They wound up calling it on 88, so that's Brooks. I thought Malik Knowles was going to get one, but yeah, usually when you're down by 21, you're not running your yap as much. But K-State also needs to rein this back in and be a mature football team. And this, again, is something K-State's got to continue to work on and clean up down the road. But I'll tell you what, guys, one of the first steps that Ross Elder took, he watched the quarterback's eyes, and he was in perfect position from center field. K-State gets the turnover, and now it's just a hair under a minute to go in the third. K-State's got the football once again. That's from the Oldie Seed sidelines.
32-yard return and then the penalty. K-State will have it first down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Late in the third, up 28-7. Immatrabebe in motion to the left. There's the snap to Schuyler. Fakes to Deuce Vaughn. Fires far side. Immatrabebe midfield to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Terrific call by Colin Klein there, and K-State's got it at the 29. First down. The stop from Jay Ward.
Immatrabebe lined up as a left tight end. just a quick fake and then deliver the ball. And remember, there's a lot of man-to-man by LSU, right? So the receivers running downfield, the three of them, they're guarded by the cornerbacks. But someone in the linebacker core has got to say, oh, I've got the tight end. But the quick run fake got them looking into the backfield, and it was the easiest throw from left to right.
Ben sent it back in the game as a fullback for the Wildcats. He'll block here for Deuce Vaughn. He's at the 25 to the 20, bounces outside to the 10 to the 5, and just short, I think, of the goal line. As he is pushed out, they're going to mark him out at about the 2, and the stop from Darren Evans, who got him out of bounds.
Another thing that a great play caller will do is go back and run a play that works. Remember the last 18-yard touchdown run? Exact same play, Wyatt. They did the same switch right before the ball was snapped, and K-State will end the third quarter with a nice lead over LSU.
K-State football presented by Hogemeyer Hybrids. Every field deserves the right seed. We go to the fourth, 28-7 Cats, and they're on the move. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. Wildcats have really been in sync most of the night offensively. They have it here at the 2-yard line, first and goal. Starting the fourth quarter with a 28-7 lead. I formation set. They switch out of that now to an empty backfield formation set. Skyler looks right, throws right, has Deuce. Touchdown, Kansas State. Deuce Vaughn scores again for the Wildcats. His third touchdown of the night. And he beat Greg Penn, the linebacker, with that great quickness to the outside right. Wildcats in front, 34-7 on the first play of the fourth quarter.
It looked like they had two backs in the backfield, and all of a sudden, a quick switch. Snap the ball fast, with purpose, well trained, and a quick out route before LSU even knew what happened. The running back, who can play as a wide receiver. Deuce Vaughn could play wide receiver. He runs his routes so precisely. But again, a perfect throw on time. The defender wasn't in too bad a position, but Skylar Thompson, just too good, has 3 touchdown passes.
Extra point on the way. Again, Chris Tennant unavailable, but the Wildcats get it done there with Ty Zentner, and they lead in this ball game 35-7 with 14:56 to go. BriggsAuto.com drive summary. BriggsAuto.com. Briggs has the vehicles. The summary looks like this: 3 plays, 55 yards, and 1 minute and 3 seconds. K-State has done a really nice job tonight. That touchdown makes it 35-7. They have 19 first downs to 8 for LSU. And speaking of that, we'll say that first down brought to you by Kubota and Land Pride, proudly sponsoring the FFA. And with each first down the Wildcats achieve this season, Kubota and Land Pride are making a donation to the FFA to ensure the success of young farmers and ranchers across the Midwest. Visit KubotaDealers.com for the Kubota and Land Pride dealer near you. Set for the kickoff here, and let's go downstairs to Matt.
Well, I'm not trying to step out of my lane down here on the field, guys, but my job's to watch everything. And right now there's a little concern for Chris Kleiman, who is incredibly active on the field, running, jumping, hitting the players the whole 9 yards. He's out of breath, but I'll tell you, there's the medical staff and the administration right now keeping an eye on K-State's head coach, because there is a little concern from the field here at this moment. I'll keep an eye on it. That's from the Oldie Seat sidelines.
Meantime, the kick is into the end zone, and it is a touchback. Starting at the 25 will be LSU. 14:56 to go in this one. Wildcats 35 and LSU 7. K-State scored 7 in the first, 14 in the second, 7 the third, already 7 here in the fourth. They're up to 355 yards in total offense, and 247 of that is passing, 108 in rushing. LSU back to work here from the 25. Handoff to Kiner, trying to bound outside. Oh, what a play by Stubblefield. He left his feet and made the stop after a gain of 2 on the running back. Kiner running wide right and knocked him down. Good play by Stubblefield.
Yeah, when the back bounces it out, there's a lot of green grass over there if you don't cut him down. But if you do your responsibility, everyone has their fits. It's no big deal, and it's a 2-yard gain.
LSU back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Wide receiver to the right side is Jaray Jenkins. 3 to the left. Here's the throw to the left side. The ball is caught and hit at the 28, and diving forward for a short gain. see, I think that is going to, let's see, the stop made by Eli Huggins.
Great pursuit inside out.
The catch there by Malik Neighbors.
K-State brought a blitz, so throwing the ball down the line on a wide receiver screen is a good play by LSU. But K-State's pursuit was just incredible. Reggie Stubblefield was blitzing, but Russ Yeast did a good job of holding up the blocker enough that there wasn't room for the wide receiver to run, and then all of a sudden you could have said 7 or 8 guys made a tackle because they were coming from everywhere.
Trips to the right side for LSU. It's 3rd and 6 from the 29. Rolling the pocket, Jontre Kirkland. He wants to throw, does throw, and it is incomplete and knocked away at the 44-yard line of Kansas State. The intended receiver on the play, Malik Neighbors. The Wildcat defense, Julius Brents, the standout corner, the transfer from Iowa.
Well, that's just inexperience of the quarterback. He threw the ball, and it was decently accurate, but he just took too long to decide where he was going to go with it. Ross Elder in the area to help knock it down, and LSU is forced to punt for the 3rd time tonight.
Avery Atkins is their punter. He's from Auburn, Alabama. Averaged 42.4 during the regular season. Pretty decent snap. Kick is away, low, and it will bounce at the 35 and go out of bounds near the Wildcat 30-yard line with 13:26 to go, and we had to break. Wildcats lead it 35-7. K-State football presented by BASF. We create chemistry. Back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. K-State will have it 1st and 10. Ball at their own 30-yard line after the punt just moments ago by Avery Atkins that was for 41 yards. Skylar Thompson all the way at quarterback, up under center this time, and that's Noah Johnson, the 6th-year senior. Boy, he was on fire at the pep rally yesterday. Got the fans all fired up. Ben sent it in there at the fullback position. 2 receivers to the wide side of the field to the left. Thompson having that play clock run down to about 4 here. Takes the snap, gives it off to Deuce. Deuce to the 35, and he'll be cut down right there, picking up about 5 yards on that play. 2nd down coming up. The stop from Jay Ward from the secondary.
Just powering the ball up the middle. No matter what LSU showed on defense tonight, it might be hard rushing against them, but Colin Klein was going to say, we got to stick with the running game, got to have balance in our offense. And K-State has done that perfectly from the first drive all the way now into the 4th quarter. 2nd
straight play from the eye here against the LSU 5-man front. 5 men right up there on the line of scrimmage. Skylar could be changing the play again here. 9 on the play clock. There's the snap, the turn, and the give. Deuce again, 40, 45, 50. Deuce to the 40, Deuce to the 30. Near side, he's at the 20, and he will be down at the 18-yard line. He is brilliant. Deuce Vaughn to the 17 officially, and Zaven Carter is the tackler. That puts him well over 100 rushing yards, and a big night here for Deuce Vaughn. 2 rushing scores and a receiving touchdown, too.
9th game this year, over 100 yards rushing, 6th straight and 12th of his career, and that might have been a 50-yard play. I'm not sure what they're going to mark it. Barely. Yep. Casey's had 11 plays of 50 yards or more. He barely got stopped, but great job by the offensive line. That was just basic football up the middle, busting a big hole.
Outstanding football for the Cats. From the 17, right hash, here's Skylar looking, middle, juggled and dropped here by Phillip Brooks. Pretty good coverage there by LSU, and another sideline update courtesy of Oldie Seed with Matt.
Yeah, I remember a while ago I mentioned the fact that K-State's not in the top 100 in plays of over 20 yards, but as this LSU defense has gotten more and more gassed and worn out, K-State's popped them in the mouth a little bit. That's from the Oldie Seed sidelines.
I formation set, 2 receivers to the left, tight end on the right. Ben Sennett is the fullback for K-State. Cats pointing at that LSU defense. Let's see what they come up with here on 2nd down and 10. Here's the turn and the give, straight ahead, and it's taken down to about the 13-yard line. Another carry for the Wildcats here, and that's Jordan Shippers from Colby. The Northwest Kansas Colby Eagle gets his first carry of the night, and Xavier Carter again is the tackler.
That's his 3rd rush, and K-State ran 3 guys in, but that's the real difference what Courtney Messingham did and Colin Klein is Courtney Messingham had guys coming in and out all the time, had different matchups all the time. Tonight, K-State stuck with the same guys most of the game. It looked interesting to see 3 or 4 guys run in and out on this play.
Wildcats will go empty in that backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. There's the snap. Schuyler rolls the pocket to the left side. Here they come after him. He throws and has Brooks at the 5. He's towards the goal line and is very close. No signal yet. And they're going to say he is just short, about a half-yard away, as Jay Ward runs him out of bounds. And Phillip Brooks has had a pretty darn good night in his own right, Stan Weber. He is just terrific here this evening.
Yeah, and that was very unusual because you don't see Skylar Thompson roll that long, that fast. He rolled out to the left and waited for his receiver to make the cut. Phillip Brooks did. Good pass, good spot by the officials. He didn't make it into the goal line, but man, he was close on the left pylon. They may go ahead and review it.
The field was the runner was short of the goal line. That ruling is under further review.
They will look at it here.
They may say that he got the ball over the corner of that pylon, but what a big-time rollout pass. He caught the ball at the 6-yard line, went toward the goal line, got hit by 2 different players, and it looks to me like he was short. But what a great pass. What a great catch by those 2 players.
You bet.
They've had a great year together. Phillip Brooks catching the football with Skylar Thompson. Very consistent football all year long.
Phillip Brooks, 5 catches tonight for 69 yards. And, of course,
the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner was short of the goal line.
It is confirmed short of the goal line. But Brooks, during the regular season, with 38 catches, and now with 5 more tonight, he has 84 in his Wildcat career. So just inside the 1-yard line, Chris Kleiman getting a grin out of Malik Knowles for whatever he said to Malik there.
Fans are yelling Big 12 football because you know LSU and the schools from the SEC love it, yelling SEC, SEC, SEC.
Wildcats with the football here, 1st and goal from a half-yard away. Skylar Thompson from the far hash. We await the snap, and there it is. Hands it off to Deuce. Easy touchdown for Deuce Vaughn. Vaughn is in for his 3rd rushing score, his 4th overall, and with 10:15 to go in the game, it is Kansas State 41 and LSU 7. Deuce reaches pay dirt again.
K-State scores the most points that they have at any time this year, the most since they scored 55 against Kansas last year, and this is the 3rd most points K-State's had in a bowl game. The last time they scored more, Matt Miller was the quarterback when they beat Colorado State 54-21.
This one is good on the extra point. Wildcats 42-7. We remind you, K-State football is presented by BASF. We create chemistry. Back with more in the 4th quarter action here after a timeout. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. 42-7, K-State with the lead. And they go over 400 yards in total offense on that drive. They're at 425, 259 passing, 166 rushing.
3 rushing touchdowns for Deuce Vaughn today. Ties a K-State bowl record for rushing touchdowns in a game.
Well, I don't know what you say about the young man that hasn't already been said. He is just an electric young guy, and what a talent.
Just give him the ball a few more times, Wyatt, and he's going to be, he'll have the most rushing yards ever in a K-State bowl game by a Wildcat. So hopefully he doesn't sit out yet.
Here's the kick on the way. Sentner's been busy and has done a good job tonight. No attempt for the return, and LSU after the touchback will start at the 25. An Oldie Seed sideline update with Matt.
It's high up there on level 8 where you guys are right now. Lean out in front and look at the LSU crowd. It's gone.
Yep.
They have departed Houston in mass. It's a 4-hour trip home, and I'll tell you what, guys, K-State has not let off the throttle. I knew Chris Kleiman would say, Matt, we've got to win 2 halves, and boy, howdy, K-State has done it to this point. Yeah, still 10 change left, but what an effort tonight by the Purples of Manhattan.
No doubt about that. Jontre Kirkland at quarterback, fakes to the back. Now runs left. Good defense again. K-State set the edge that time. Ross Elder really with another nice play. TJ Smith also there for the Wildcats. It is no gain and 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Well, there's a lot of people around the country watching because there's a ton of bowl games, and I love watching the bowl games, but sometimes there's 3 in a night. mid-afternoon games, Wyatt, it kind of all settled down. Football season from the college level, it was about over. But tonight, if you love football like a lot of fans around the country, you're going to say, hey, there's a football game tonight. Monday Night Football last night in the NFL,
Sure.
one game tonight, and it's LSU. Let's see. So there was a lot of eyes watching what K-State has done.
Kirkland sends a man in motion to the right side. They'll hand it off to him. And he starts to come back this way, and now back to the right side. May have been face mask there for Malik Neighbors, and he will slide ahead for a first down at about the 30, let's call it 38-yard line. With the flag down, we'll see what that's all about as Kamari Gaines made the stop.
Defense number 90. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Yep, Bronson Massey called for that one. So K-State has been hurt by penalties in this half. That's their 7th overall in the game.
I bet you I wouldn't get a right answer if I asked 100 intense K-State fans. Do you think LSU gets penalized a lot? You know, what do you think about their team?
They can come down if they want.
Well, I tell you, they average giving up only 32 penalty yards a game. LSU hardly ever gets penalized. In K-State, they are now stacking the yards up here in this bowl game. There have been some penalties, that time an accident by Bronson Massey to grab the face mask in the backfield.
Here's the handoff right side. This is Kiner with the ball. Kiner inside the 40 has another first down, and he'll take it to the 36-yard line of Kansas State with a juking move, and he's being helped up by his big teammates. Daniel Deuce Green makes the tackle there. And a sideline update courtesy of Oldie Seed with Matt.
Third fewest penalties in the country is the LSU Tigers. I'll tell you what, guys, keep an eye on them down the road because they've got beasts up front when they are at full strength, and Lord knows what Brian Kelly's going to do, but he's had success. To me, he's kind of a unique fit for Baton Rouge coming from South Bend, but whatever the case, they're still going to be tough to deal with for years to come.
Ball at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Kiner, and Kiner has a little crease inside the 30 and moves forward to about the 27-yard line. So LSU starting to get a few creases in their run game for the first time. Stop from Echo Boydo, the corner for the Wildcats.
Let me put LSU football into one perspective. There's a million different examples that you can have, but here's one. They were ranked in the preseason top 25 this year for the 21st straight year. That's the kind of talent and winning they've had. Ed Ogeron was 38-14 against ranked teams. You know, they play a high level of football. And if you go watch them play Alabama or A&M lately, you would have said that this year.
Running play here. And boy, K-State's going to bounce off of the running back there, and then Massey makes the tackle. Nice play by Boom Massey on the running back, Corey Kiner.
But it'll be nice when you hear those SEC cheers to realize that LSU's won their last 6 games against Big 12 opponents. You got to go all the way back to 2002, that season's Cotton Bowl when they lost to Texas. It is going to be great for K-State to beat them tonight.
LSU will run the football here with Kirkland, an odd set, and he'll just lower his head and take it inside the 20 to the 18-yard line for a gain of 5, and we pause here 10 seconds. 10 seconds for station identification. This is K-State football. Second down and 5 from the 18-yard line for LSU. Wildcats in front 42-7 with 6:35 to play in the game. Mashburn, a tight end H-back type, in motion out of the backfield. Now lines up as a tight end, and he'll block for Kiner. Kiner to the 15 and cut down at about the 12-yard line. Good stop by Cody Fletcher. An Oldie Seed sideline update with Matt.
Not necessarily an update, my good friend, but more of a question. How do you handle the exit or the curtain call here for Skylar Thompson in his last football game as a Wildcat?
I think they let him come out, run one play, and then have him come off and say, Will Howard, this is your series. Will Howard needs some experience as well, and they could let Skylar run one play and then get a roar coming off the field.
Will currently warming up.
Here's the handoff on the reverse play to the right side and to the 5 and down to about the 1-yard line is Hilton, the wide receiver.
But there's a penalty at the line of scrimmage
Far
against
side.
LSU more than likely.
Illegal motion. Offense number 11. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That's receiver Brian Thomas.
That's the kind of stuff that just blows your mind. You know, you run a nice little trick play. You've been working on it. It works, and someone moves to just take the play off the board. There's one of those penalties. You don't see them a lot by LSU, but a big mistake there because they would have had the ball down near the goal line.
So they mark it at the 18-yard line. They'll re-huddle here as the clock gets down to 5.5 to go. Ball on the 18. It's 1st and 15 for LSU. Jaray Jenkins goes to the right, 2 to the left. Handoff here is to Williams. Williams breaks a tackle and is pulled down at about the 14-yard line. Stop coming from Julius Prince in the middle of the field there.
Well, you must say, taking a whole view of the bowl season, how tough the Big 12 was this year.
Yes, sir.
How about Baylor going out and winning in the Sugar Bowl? How about Oklahoma State blowing out Notre Dame in the second half, just dominating that game? Oklahoma playing well in their bowl game, and here the K-State Wildcats, also an upper division finisher in a Big 12, taking care of business against an SEC team.
2nd and 11 from the 14, and Kiner is hit hard. Robert Hintz in there on the stop. Wildcats also had a couple of other guys in there, including Austin Moore. This will bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and about 12 as they spot the ball near the 15-yard line. 15-yard line, and it will be with 4:10 to go, 3rd and 12. LSU huddled up here. Taking a little bit longer getting out of the huddle this time. Wide receiver right and 2 to the left. They work from the right hash mark. Kirkland gets the snap. 3-step drop. Now he'll take off and run outside left, and then now will throw the ball, and it's juggled in the end zone and incomplete. Well, they had a chance at it there. Thomas was the intended receiver, and Echo Boydo in coverage. It's 4th and 12.
Good throw by the quarterback. He really has thrown some accurate balls tonight, Wyatt. But
yeah, sure has.
Good left hand in there by Echo Boydo to knock the ball away as the receiver was in the air trying to catch the football was Brian Thomas.
Let's go downstairs to Matt.
Moore in a linebacker, TJ Smith in the secondary. But guys, as I see who's on the field, there's so much to talk about with this team. We'll finish 8-5, but Reggie Stubblefield, can you give me a better Swiss Army knife that K-State has had in recent memory? All the things that he has done and meant to this team has just been so impressive.
Well, let's talk about that after this 4th down play and long. Kirkland will throw into the end zone, has a man there, and it is caught for a score. That was a wild catch by Brian Thomas as he was racing to the near side, and scores for LSU to make it 42-13 with just 3:35 to play in the game.
Well, there's another one of those accurate throws I was talking about, Wyatt. He's rolling to his left and delivers the ball in the back corner. You know, not bad for a guy who's been playing wide receiver for much of his career. I guess once you throw the ball around in grade school, junior high, and high school, you still got it. Throws a touchdown pass on 4th down. Just a well-thrown pass in the back left corner of the end zone. So
Kirkland with the touchdown pass. The extra point is good to make it 42-14. And I want to correct myself. That was Malik Neighbors on the catch. 11 plays, 75 yards, and 6 minutes and 40 seconds on the drive. So not Thomas, but Malik Nichols. And we go to break. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. 221 in total yards now for LSU and 425 for Kansas State. LSU to kick it off here, and we're down to 3:35 to play in the game. Cats are going to finish the year 8-5. LSU will be 6-7. And K-State will feel very good about this performance here tonight, and we'll have all of it in postgame for you. Please stay with us. This kick into the back of the end zone. And we head to another break with 3:35 to go. K-State football presented by BASF. We create chemistry. Back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. Wildcats in their 23rd all-time bowl game, and they have been the better football team, Stan Weber, from play number 1.
Yeah, in fact, if they wouldn't have allowed that touchdown to stop them on 4th down, they would have the greatest margin of victory they've ever had. And we talked about that Holiday Bowl in 1995. Matt Miller was the starting quarterback that night. Brian Campbell came in and ended up being the MVP because Mr. Matt Miller got hurt. But what an amazing season that was. Remember, say your prayers for Matt Miller. A lot of love flowing his way from me and the K-State Nation. We say, Matt, appreciate all you've done for K-State football and for everyone's friendship. You coached over at Bishop Miege where my kids played sports. And I know Coach Snyder visited you recently, and the love is pouring out.
Yeah, there is a GoFundMe account set up for Matt to help with his family. If you're not aware, he has inoperable stage 4 pancreatic cancer and has not been given a lot of time. Matt Miller number 6 Care and Legacy Fund, organized by Todd Rinko to help with costs and with their 3 daughters. GoFund.me if you have an interest in helping at all, and we would love it if you would.
They won that Holiday Bowl by 33 points, the largest margin of victory ever for K-State.
Thompson hands the ball off, and straight ahead, this is Jordan Shippers. And actually, it's Jackson Dean. Yes, sir.
You see that pile moving, I go, I bet there's a big, thick guy rolling through there.
From the 31-yard line, and the stop from Jaquelin Roy. Haven't mentioned that big fellow that many times tonight. We're down to 3:15 and counting remaining in the game. So great to see Jax get a carry too, Stan. He's such a good blocker. He's had a couple of carries and 9 yards on the night after picking up 7 there.
And they're all celebrating in the huddle, man. They're all hugging each other. The huddle's getting tighter and tighter. The linemen are saying, let's keep shoving that pile forward. 432 yards of offense. And they may be wanting to do what I said, sub out Skylar Thompson, take a delay, call timeout, and sub Skylar and maybe a bunch of guys.
Yeah, it looks like Skylar may be done with that particular play. He goes in his final game 21 of 28 for 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the head coach of the Cats hugging all of those starters, super seniors, what have you. Noah Johnson, Skylar. There's the hug with Skylar right there in his 40th career start here tonight. Those guys are close. Remember, Chris Kleiman tried to recruit Skylar way back when to North Dakota State, and he's finishing up his 6th year of eligibility at Kansas State, and the fans are recognizing that big hug now thanks to these big jumbotrons, and Sky, frankly, with a little bit of emotion in that face. You know what? I don't blame him one bit. He loves K-State through and through, and we're proud of it.
He played great. 40th start, K-State record. 24th win as a starter, K-State record.
Will Howard, meantime, out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania, into the game, hands the ball off. This is Jax Deneen, and his power run will take him across the 35 to near the 37-yard line, and the Wildcats have their 22nd first down of the night. Jay Ward makes the tackle for LSU. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the game. Cats led 7-0 after 1. They led 21-7 at half, 28-7 going to the 4th. They lead 42-14 now. Fans have stuck around. They have enjoyed their time here over the last few days. Some came down as early as the team back on December 30th. Many coming in really as early, or as late, I should say, as late yesterday afternoon and into the evening. There's the snap. Here's the turn and the give. Not much this time for the big fella from Lawrence, and he'll be pushed back. Actually, I'll correct myself again. I beg your pardon. That's Jordan Shippers.
Well, they are yelling Skylar Thompson like they started doing with David Allen, who was the kick returner, and Darren Sproles. You've heard him. But the fans for the K-State side cheering him on. What a great end to the season. K-State disappointed with that loss Friday after Thanksgiving against Texas. Come out and play with fire right from the start.
Yeah, you could
set
tell.
The tone.
Yeah, that's well said, Stan, because you could tell right from the start of the practices that they were motivated to get this game and finish off what they wanted to finish off this year, and maybe really what they didn't accomplish in that day in Austin, Texas. Here's Shippers with another carry and a short gain, maybe a yard on the play straight ahead. And we're down now to 1 minute and 10 seconds to go.
30-second charge timeout. LSU, their second.
Give you a quick Foley Rental quick stat. When you need a quick solution, turn to Foley Rental for all of your rental equipment needs. Another big night tonight for Deuce Vaughn. 146 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He also caught a pass or two actually, and one went for a score in the ball game. That's the Foley Rental quick stat. Visit them online at foleyrental.com.
KT Levinston getting out there on the offensive line. Hayden, Gillum, Hadley, Panzer, all guys getting an opportunity to play a few plays on the offensive line for K-State.
Those guys.
Dawson Del Forge, possibly.
Yeah. Gillum will be over that football at the center position, taking over for Noah Johnson. There's the turn by Howard. The give is to Jax Deneen, and Jax across the 40 and leans forward to the 42. That ball stripped out late, but he was ruled down.
30-second charge, timeout, LSU.
LSU calls a timeout here. It's their final timeout. The K-State fans not happy with that. It would look like that we are not going to have another full media timeout here, so we'll alert our affiliates to stay with us for break number 9 after the ball game is over. Here's what we're going to do. We'll just alert you to this. We're going to try to grab Chris Kleiman for a couple of 2 or 3 questions immediately after the game, and we're hoping also for Deuce Vaughn, and then we'll get that break in and come back with a ton of post game for you, including reaction from lots and lots of players, we hope. K-State will spread the formation here. 4th and 5. They're going to punt the football away. Here's the kick. Very, very high. And it will bounce at about the 22. And inside the 15-yard line it goes, down to about the 13-yard line. So we're down to 48 seconds to go in this one. The Wildcats leading 42-14. Not many, I don't believe, expected this type of game with what LSU had done defensively over the last, Stan? A couple of 3 or 4 weeks? Maybe 5 weeks in the season.
The defense has been locked down. 311 yards is the most yards that they'd given up against any of 4 teams, including Texas A&M and Alabama. So an amazing job. And with this win, K-State's going to have played 5 SEC teams in bowl history, and they'll be 3-2 against them.
Running play to the right side. Not much here, and bumped out of bounds is another receiver playing quarterback. That's Malik Neighbors. He's bumped out at the 18-yard line. Stop made from Omar Daniels, who is a really talented young Wildcat corner they're excited about for 2022. Speaking of 2022, Happy New Year to you and yours. And what a way to start 2022 here tonight in Houston, Texas. This season began in Dallas with a big win against Stanford, and will end here tonight with a big win against LSU. Kirkland back in there at quarterback. He'll fake to the back. Now he throws to the near side. This is Thomas. Thomas pulled down at the 18-yard line, and we're down to 33 seconds to play in the football game.
All backups everywhere for K-State, so good to see them run down the play. Nice job to see that reaction. These guys do not get on the field that often.
Yeah, there's a lot of young guys in there. I see Hunter Henry as an example. Elliott Strom is in there in the middle of that defense. Here is a reverse to Kirkland, and now he'll wind up and throw it deep and has a man out there, and it's caught. And this is going to end up being a touchdown for LSU to Hilton. And that makes our score, with no time on the clock, 42-20 in favor of K-State. So LSU does score on the final play of the game. So that will do it. Chris Kleiman gets a little bit wet, but he's all right with that as K-State finishes the season 8-5. And we'll be running downstairs to Matt here as soon as we think that he's ready to go. That touchdown will cover 81 yards, but boy, it doesn't really take much of the shine off of K-State's impressive win here tonight, 42-20 over the LSU Tigers, as they finish 6-7 and the Cats 8-5. Stan, K-State threw the ball well tonight. They played Pretty good defense, too. They rushed the ball just enough. A lot of good things here on this January 4th.
They dominated the game on the offensive side, where the biggest challenge was. You could say you could expect the K-State defense to lock down against LSU's offense. They did that. Just a great performance by K-State. Well coached, well ready. A lot of little bumps in the road this last week. It won't get talked about a lot because there's no excuses in football. You go out, find a way to win, and K-State does, scoring the third most points they ever have in a bowl game. 42 points to win 42-20.
Boy, just a terrific effort, and the kids celebrating now with Coach Kleiman, and we'll try to grab Coach here just momentarily.
That was an amazing play by LSU, though. That throw was incredible.
It really was.
But it's against all backups. Maybe K-State would have been able to stop it, but just a great win. Anytime you beat an SEC team and embarrass them the way K-State did, it's good.
Let's go downstairs. Here's Matt.
All right, here with Wildcat head coach Chris Kleiman. Coach, you dealt with a lot during this bowl preparation from the Texas game to now. I don't know why, but the word complete comes to mind tonight. As complete a game as you've had a team play at K-State.
It was a complete victory. Our guys had great focus tonight, and we came back around finals week about December 15th, 17th, and we had everybody in the team room. We said, if you're here, you're all in. You come to practice that day, you're all in. And those seniors said, guys, you're all in if you're here, and they were all in. And it was phenomenal to watch those guys execute at a high level today.
You give a long hug to Skylar Thompson. We're going to chat with him in a moment. Coach, his footwork, I mean, everything he did in the first half and in this ball game was remarkable tonight. He was a huge difference.
He was on point, and he's a great college quarterback, and I'm excited to see what he can do at the next level because he's a flat-out winner, and everybody saw that tonight.
To win this game for the program gives you some momentum, as they say, going into spring football. Put your finger on that, please.
Well, absolutely. I thought we were dominant on offense, and I thought we played really well at times on defense. They got good players, but shoot, I'm so excited to be able to celebrate this win. And I want to make sure that, everybody has prayers of former Kansas State quarterback Matt Miller, who's battling cancer in hospice in Kansas City. K-State Nation loves you, and we support you, and we're praying for you, Matt.
Coach, quite a way to finish up the 21 campaign. Congratulations to you and the Cats.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out, K-State Nation. What a great crowd tonight.
Exactly. Guys, Chris Kleiman. We now talk with Skylar Thompson. A little emotional, my man, understandably so. How well did you play tonight?
I mean, I thought it was my best game of my career. From top to bottom, I just felt like I attacked every single play. Whether if it went well or not, I let it go, moved on to the next play. And our entire offense did that tonight, and the scoreboard shows it. I thought that was the most complete game that we've played all year. The only time we had to punt was when we had self-inflicted errors, and that was one time. So credit goes to my O-line giving me plenty of time. I don't think I got hit one time today. Deuce running the ball, my receivers catching the ball. It was a full team effort today. Defense got stops. I love this team. It's a great way to go out.
How would you describe, now that it's done, your journey? Because you got banged up a couple of times. Everybody this week, last couple of weeks, said Skylar's at 100%. Your take on that?
Well, God has a plan always, and I've always had faith in his plan for me. Whether if it's what I thought, what I wanted or not, I knew God's plan was bigger than anything that, I had destined for myself. So I'm just very grateful for my teammates, my coaches, my family, everybody who supported me throughout the years. I wouldn't be where I'm standing at today if it wasn't for my supporting cast in my circle, and I love them so much.
Sky, congrats on a great K-State career.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Skylar Thompson and Chris Kleiman, guys, it is jubilation down here on the field. It is love. It's enthusiasm. And I tell you what, there's few people in the nation that thought Kansas State would hang 42 on the board against the Bayou Bengals, but what a win for Kansas State. Again, I called it right in pregame in the show open. What a roller coaster ride it has been. You couldn't finish a season better than obviously winning the national championship, but boy, what an emphatic win again for the guys from Manhattan.
42-20 Wildcats. We'll take a quick break here. We'll alert our affiliates. This is play-by-play break number 9. We're back in a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.
Yeah, guys, Big congratulations, first of all, and a big thank you to the LSU Tigers and the Kansas State Wildcats for putting on such a great game tonight. How about a round of applause? And a big congratulations to the 2021 Tax Act Texas Bowl champions, your Kansas State Wildcats. My name's Kelsey Riggs, and I am here joined with Curtis Campbell. He is with Tax Act. He's the president, as well as Pete. Where are you, Pete? Pete DeLongshaw. He is the chairman of the Tax Act Texas Bowl. Pete, I'll bring you right over here because we've got a big moment coming, and I need you guys to help me and present the Robert C. McNair Trophy to Kansas State head coach Chris Kleiman.
Grab this thing?
I'll let you get up there, Pete. Skylar's going to come in and help because this thing is 135 pounds. Way to go, Skylar. Right here, Coach. Grab it right by the top. Skylar, you grab this side. Yep, just the top. Right here, right here. There you go, Coach.
How about that?
How about that? Coach, you've got your team in front of you, and I know you've got tons of K-State fans behind us that are so proud to win this game and to be in this moment. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means everything. These guys were on a mission the month of December to finish this season and finish the story that we had started at AT&T Stadium on September 4th. And we finished this season on January 4th. And I can't thank K-State Nation enough for coming out and supporting our guys.
You've got a phenomenal group of players, but the one that's standing here on stage with us made the decision to come back and play another year with you. And I know that he means so much to this program. How can you put into words what he's meant to the Wildcats?
Well, he's meant everything to K-State. He's meant everything to myself and my family. He knows how much I love him, and he got an opportunity to play healthy one more time. And I think everybody saw that this kid's a next-level quarterback, and he's a flat winner, and he had a big-time performance today.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. You get to hold this thing.
So, with that, it's a little heavy. We'll stick that back on there. No viral moments. We don't need that, Skylar, because you were viral enough tonight. And I want to give a big congratulations to your Tax Act Texas Bowl MVP. How about it, Skylar Thompson? Skylar, Coach just touched on it a little bit, but you made the decision to come back and play one more year. Can you put into words to me what it means to be standing here in front of this team today and all of K-State Nation?
Well, you know, this is why I came back here. This is why all of our sixth-year seniors came back, was to finish our legacy the way we want to, you know. And I've been so incredibly blessed with all the people in my life, my family, coaches, teammates. I would not be standing here today without everybody that supports me and loves me and who is in my circle. So give my hats off to them. I wouldn't be standing up here with my old line. The Hogs, I don't know if they can hear me, but I love you guys so much for everything you do. My receivers making plays, tight ends making plays, running backs running the ball hard, and defense shutting them out. Let's go. I love this team. I love this university. I'm a Wildcat through and through. I'll be a Wildcat for the rest of my life.
And Skylar, the fans that came out and supported you guys, I know are proud to see you standing on this stage one last time. What do you want to say to them?
Thank you for believing in a kid from Palmyra, Missouri. You guys took me in, believed in me no matter what. Through the highs, the lows, times when I didn't believe in myself, you guys helped me maneuver through those times and continue to believe in myself, and it's all paid off. That power cat for the rest of my life, it just makes me emotional even thinking about it, because there's so much love behind it. When we say family, we mean it around here.
About a round of applause for Skylar. Want to say thank you to everybody, the fans here, for joining us, all of the Kansas State fans that are behind us. We see you, we hear you. Congratulations to the Kansas State Wildcats, your 2021 Tax Act Texas Bowl champions.
Thanks for watching the Tax Act Texas Bowl Trophy Ceremony presented by Capital One.